Don't push the play button.
Actually, you do.
When do I push the play button? Corey's got the play button.
You have the We Play D&D button.
Okay, welcome back. Storm King's Thunder. Stuff happened. Yeah. Have you actually started it yet or no?
Yeah, that's why I said waiting on you.
Well, I'm waiting on you. I wasn't told it was started. I'll blame Jay.
That's true. It was my fault for existing.
Delay due to interruptions. Please hold.
Today is the day of delays.
Welcome back once again for another exciting adventure in the world of Storm King's Thunder, occurring in and around the Sword Coast. I don't remember last week, so yeah. The party had continued their venture southward, once again coming across a snowstorm and arriving in Hundlestone. There, they came across a tavern and a drunk sheriff after they had conned an individual, or very persuasively argued that he should not have the rights to a contract he had, thus allowing the party to acquire a contract for an abominable yeti that was on the road that they had priorly killed. That was worth 100 gold pieces. Upon their arrival to said tavern and sheriff, due to him being a drunkard and essentially fuck offness, they were able to get 1,000 gold pieces out of him, and him walking outside to deal with the bounty that had been acquired. After some discussion with the barkeep, acquiring of rooms, they found their quarry of one Thwip Ironbottom, who had a conversation with Kaz, and in turn had a conversation with the rest of the party about where they could go to possibly gather some more information on their giant quarry and some of the events and history of the giant world. After that, the party had continued their travels southward. While traveling upon the road, a snowstorm rolled in. The party hunkered down for the evening, seeing something off in the dark, snowy distance. They weren't quite exactly sure what it was. Come morning, Kaz investigated, finding that it was a near frozen to death fire giant of all things. After some discussion with this dying fire giant and a quick healing spell from one Bearfane, the fire giant was in turn revived, warmed himself around their fire, got a rest, answered some questions, and then departed once more into the snowy north looking for parts of the Bolton or whatever the fuck it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know what it is, I just don't remember right now. So fuck it. So that is where we are picking up. The party has had their long rest for the evening, their discussion with the fire giant who has now departed, and can continue their quest southward. So as long as there's nothing you all would like to discuss, we can continue our traveling southward. Oof.
I've got nothing worth saying.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. So, as you all continue to move your way southward, just let me check if that is exactly as I left it, because I wasn't sure if it was going to save or not, so that's good. Let me give you guys a update, so we'll move you over to the north map of about where you are at the moment. So you guys are here. That is about where your travels for the evening have left off. So right there, a little ways outside of Hundlestone, you are about to come to a crossroads one that leads eastward towards Luskin, one that leads southward towards Fireshear. As you guys are continuing your trek southward, you over to this one, and traveling through a cavern of sorts, you come across, I think I grabbed one too many things on that, what appears to be a young white dragon that seems to have what you can tell a pair of griffins cornered against the cliff face. And you guys have not been spotted by any of this. This is a little ways off. I just moved you over so you can get a idea of what's going on over there. So it would be up to you if you would like to continue pursuing this further, wait it out, see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna not move.
Hold on. So when we had Skyboy, he had some of these Griffikins, right?
Yes. Zephyros?
But he did not. Yeah, but he did not have the other thing.
No, I think you would remember.
Okay. Okay. Are they friends?
Make a perception check to see what you can see about what's going on.
5.
Looks like they could be friends. The young white dragon seems to be playing with the two griffins.
I see nothing wrong here. We can just stroll along, boys.
Does it not look frightening?
Yeah, they're big. That doesn't mean that they're dangerous. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Would anybody else like to do anything?
I would like to
Before we roll into this,
can I, while he was walking away, cast sleep
you can certainly try.
just straight up on him? On
Ogilvy?
On Ogilvy. I just
Okay.
just want to get Ogilvy.
Roll high, motherfucker. Before you roll, what level?
It's 5. The first level.
Okay.
$32.
Still awake.
Would anybody else like to do anything as we move forward? Danvers, Bearfane?
I prefer not to get killed by a dragon.
Yep, that was what I was trying to prevent. Poorly.
Okay. Well, seeing as Ogilvy has pursued moving forward, can I get... All right. How would you like to try and stop it?
I mean, they're just playing. Like, animals play all the time. Look, I don't understand why you've got all your feathers ruffled up, but okay.
Okay, as you
20,
guys
25,
go to
30.
do that, before you move, I need to
Okay.
see something really fast. Okay, so that happens. So this dragon is going to make a move forward. 10, 15. He is going to grab this griffin and chuck it into you guys. I need you to make dexterity saving throws.
I get advantage. Which is great, because one was a natural 1, and the other was a 15, so I got rolled a 16.
Danvers. Dexterity saving throw. All right.
By the way, how big is your bonus for saving throws? Then I rolled an 18.
All right. So Danvers, you are knocked from your horse. Ogilvy, you are able to avoid this griffin as it flies through the air. Danvers, you are technically considered prone. Can I get you guys to roll initiative for me, though?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tell which one's which on this dice.
Ogilvy.
I rolled a 6.
Right. Mouse. Kaz.
7.
Oh, jeez. Danvers. Bearfane.
13.
So first up is Bearfane. You have just seen the young white dragon grab a hold of a griffin, throw it into your party members. Danvers getting knocked prone. Ogilvy being able to get his horse to avoid it, and you are up.
Guiding bolt at the first level at the griffin.
Okay.
18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, that was a shitty roll. 8.
Give me one moment. I need to see something. Do I have one of those, or will I have to grab one? All right, I'll have to. Maybe not. Hold on. Because Corey pointed out a good point. Oh, God. It's freaking out on me. There we go. All right. Scrolly, scrolly, scroll. Paste. And we'll give that. Danvers, we'll give you control of this horse. Sound good? All right, there is your horse. And you said 8 damage to said griffin. All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Just.
Say again?
I finished my movement.
Okay. All right, then next up is our griffin, who at the moment, this one's seeing an attack coming from the north. They aren't incredibly intelligent creatures. So it will assume that the attack has come from the people it has just crashed into. And it will make one attack at Ogilvy and one at Danvers. So the first one is going to be a 21 to hit. against Ogilvy,
Hits.
and that will be 5 piercing damage. The second one will be against Danvers, and that is a natural 20. That will be 21 slashing damage to you. This other griffin is going to make his 2 attacks at this idiot here. And is a hit on the first one, a miss on the second one. Oh. Not a whole hell of a lot. All right. Do that because I changed some things up. All right, so that ends that thing's turn. Next up is Kaz.
Okay. So the griffins are not friends. Oh boy, this isn't good. I'm gonna chuck a third level mind spike at the griffin here.
Okay.
Year 1. That is, what's my range? 60 feet. I think I'm in. Yeah. So that is a wisdom save.
All right. That is a failure.
Cool. These 9, 12, 15 psychic damage. And then just in case he can go invisible, I'll still be able to know where he is at.
All right. Let me put the mind spike thing on him. What did I use before? I think I used that. So he is falling into that category. He's falling into that category. All right, next up is Ogilvy.
All right. Bonus action rage, and getting into what's going on with that. That is a 1, and that means shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw DC 14, or take 1d12 necrotic hit points. You also gain 1d12 temporary hit points. So let's see the ruler here. I'm going to make the dragon and the griffin both make Constitution saving throws.
Rolled the same thing on both of those. That is going to be a 16 for the griffin
Pass.
and a 17 for the dragon.
So they both pass, but I gain 9 temporary hit points. Then I'm going to make an attack on the griffin with a menacing attack. I'm trying to remember. Did you Sacred Flame the griffin already, Dan?
No, it was guiding bolt, so you had advantage.
Okay. All right, so I already have advantage. All right, cool. That is an 18 plus 6 for 24.
Okay,
So that means a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. And I get to reroll that because it's a 1. That becomes a 3, so that's 8 plus 5 for the Great Sword for 13 with 7 additional damage, so 20 slashing damage.
you said 20 slashing damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And a DC saving throw, or a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Right. I'm busy, Zane. That is a failure.
All right, so it is frightened of me. And that will be my turn.
Frightened. All right, that would roll us into our young white dragon here, who is going to make his I don't know where Caden's at. Go play. I'm trying to do something. It's going to make his 3 attacks at this griffin here. First, second. Hit, and a hit. All 3 of them hit. Math Rocks, where are you? All right. So that'll be a number. And then okay. So he fucks that griffin up. It is definitely looking well into the range of Ragged at this point. It's going to be in that realm. This one is going to be in that realm also. Griffin, dragon is done. Danvers, you are up. Right? Would be a pass for that first griffin, a pass for the second griffin, and the dragon is and you said a DC 13? All 3 pass. All right. Okay. So, what you guys hadn't noticed prior was that there was a individual back here kind of hunkered down in the snow, and they launch a crossbow bolt into the dragon, but ignore the griffin. So that is a miss. The crossbow bolt makes contact with the skull of the dragon, and it deflects off. Person is done with their turn, so we are back at the top with Bearfane.
All right, I move in. Melee range. Dirty 20 to hit.
I'll hit.
That's not bad, actually. I forgot what my modifier is. 8 bludgeoning.
What else would you like to do?
How about Shield of Faith as a bonus action?
For it.
And that'll be it.
Okay, that puts us up to the griffins. This one has to flee because of Ogilvy's thing. And after its initial action last turn, and seeing what all has transpired, it is going to go 5, 10, 15. So the 3 of you can take opportunity attacks if you would like.
Okay. For me, that would be a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh, 10 plus 6, or 10 plus 5, so 15 slashing.
Anybody else? And Bearfane.
Cast Tell the Dead. Wisdom save of 14.
Is a failure on its part.
Oh, wait, it has previous damage, right? So that's 10s?
Yes. Yes, it does. Her Shield of Faith.
Is it 12s? I don't remember.
Yeah, if it's damage, it's 12s.
Or not Shield of Faith, Toll the Dead. I think it is. We'll go with a 12. Go with a 12.
15.
All right, so
Necrotic.
as this griffin is running away, it has since expired. The other one, though, is going to make its 2 attacks at the dragon. Let's see here. So both of those hit. Math rocks, I hate you. Oh wait, that was a 10. Oh, there we go. All right, that will be 12. That other griffin has ended its turn with its attack. Up is Kaz.
Okay. I don't like this. I am going to 2nd level magic missile of the dragon. Five, 8, 12, 16 force damage. Right. So yeah, I'm 120. Close it. So yeah.
Anything else you would like to do?
Hanging back.
All right. Then that rolls us into Ogilvy. You are up.
All right, so now that I've got nothing to worry about from the bird trying to attack me, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I'm going to make a reckless attack at the young white dragon. That's 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to try to make another menacing attack at it.
All right.
I get to reroll that because it's a 1, and that goes from minimum damage to max damage. So I've got 11 plus 5, which would be 16 base damage plus 8, 24 slashing damage. It needs to make a DC 14 saving throw.
What kind?
Wisdom.
It passes.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my action surge, and I'm going to do it all again.
Another menacing attack?
Well, we'll find out if I hit first, and then yes.
Okay.
That is a natural 19, which turns into 25. No, stay on the table. Roll it again because it's a 1. All right, so that time it is 8 plus 5, which is 13 slashing damage, with an additional 5. So that's 18 slashing damage and a DC 14 saving throw. Wisdom.
That is another pass.
All right, well then I did what I could, and I am done.
Okay. Math rocks. Okay. So that takes him out. Our young white dragon is not liking his current situation. So he is going to use his ice breath attack. And I need My roller, damn it. So I need Ogilvy, Danvers, and Bearfane to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
Let me check. Yes, the horse would have to.
21.
Right?
15 plus 6.
I need. Give me a moment. Okay, what did you get? You and the horse. Okay. That means that you and the horse both are going to take 46 cold damage. And because Ogilvy is raging, he will take half and then half again.
No, so I don't have that. I only take half the first time.
Okay, so then you would take 23
Okay.
for this save. That will conclude said dragon's turn. Danvers is up. Yay, success! Okay. Anything else besides your death saving throw you would like to do? Gargle, scream out in pain? I don't know.
Gargle.
You're gargling your own blood while you're gasping for breath. I don't know. I'm just making shit up, man. Okay. After watching one of the griffins die, this individual back here that you guys hadn't noticed before, you hear him scream out, "No, thunder!" And he pushes himself forward towards this dragon. He goes 5, 10, 15, goes there, and he is going to make a multi-attack at this dragon as he pulled out his short sword.
Hi, buddy. You good boy.
No, he would make 2 long swords attacks. That would make more sense for him because of what he is. So the first one is going to be a miss. The second one is going to be a hit. Math rocks, where'd you go? And that will be 8 slashing damage to this dragon. And that will end his turn, which rolls us back around to the top for Bearfane.
Alright, I rolled the same saving throw as Danvers and the horse, so I took my 40 whatever.
46.
And even though I am near death, I go over to Danvers and will spare the dying.
Danvers, you are no longer dying, just only kind of dying.
Okie dokie.
Bearfane, what else would you like to do?
Actually, I probably didn't need to do that because as a bonus action, I could have just cast Healing Word.
Well, if you would like to change it, that is fine by me.
Yeah, I'll do that. The bonus action on Danvers, and he will get. Oh, great, a 1. 4 hit points back.
All right, Danvers, you are no longer unconscious. You just have 4 hit points. So what would you
And
like to do
then
for your action?
for my action, How about guiding bolt at the 3rd level
Right.
against
That's a
the
failure
dragon?
on his part.
Uh,
Excuse me.
that is a 19 to hit.
Okay, go for it. You're hitting.
Forget how many 6s. $23 radiant damage.
All right.
Let's go.
So that puts our dragon buddy into that realm. He is actually moved into that realm instead. All right. Anything else you would like to do?
No, I think I'm good right now.
All right, which rolls us into our griffin friend, who's going to make his multi-attacks at the dragon. That's a hit and a miss. Wow, I'm rolling like shit against myself. All right, so that will end our griffin's turn. Kaz, you are up.
Good doke. I'm gonna cast 3rd level sleep. I forgot to draw the thing. 20 foot. Oh, that's not how you do that.
And it's 20 foot.
Yeah, thanks.
Give me a square. 20-foot radius, correct?
Yes, sir.
There you go. You should be able to move that fireball wherever you want it.
That.
Okay.
I just want the big animals maybe to be down.
All right.
Hopefully, I get to roll a lot of these. Hit the button. All right. 98. 14. 1. 35. 35 hit points worth of sleepage.
All right. And starting with the lowest puts this griffin to sleep, but the dragon is still awake. What else you got?
Yeah, I still have limited bonus action stuff, and I want to stay back, so that's it.
All right. Ogilvy, you are up. You are face to face
All
with
right,
a young white dragon.
I did not like that he knocked down my friend so fucking easily. So let's go with another one of them reckless attacking boys. And that ends up becoming 13 plus 6 for a 19. All right. I'm down to 1 superiority dice left, and it's not really doing much of anything. So we'll just do a standard attack. That is 15 slashing damage. And then trying to change the angles up a little bit. Let's move 10 feet down like this, and that's my turn.
All right. Then the young white dragon is up, and seeing as he has the ability to attack something that is asleep, he is going to do the first attack of his multi-attack at it.
Sorry, Griffin, I'm bad at math.
And that one is going to hit. Yes, those ones. Okay. Yes. All right, so that kills said griffin. So the griffin has expired, which means he has 2 more attacks. He's them at this idiot over here. That is going to hit, and a hit. All right, so fuck. Okay, and he takes his massive claw, swipes it at this guy, and essentially batters him into the cliff face and kills him. So his next attack would be at Ogilvy. That's a miss. You guys are getting fucking lucky. And I forgot to see if he gets his breath back. He does not. All right. Danvers, you are up. Hold on. God, fucking kill me. All right, what are you doing? Okay. Now I'm all fucked up. All right. No, it was fucking April. All right, and can't do anything. Bearfane, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna move there. And I'll try to hit him with Guiding Bolt again at the 3rd level.
All right.
That's
Say again.
uh, 22 to hit.
I'll hit.
Can't get out of the low 20s. 22 radiant damage.
Still counts.
Still
Yes, it does.
useful, yeah.
All right. How would you like to do this?
I don't know. Iron Man style.
All right. You extend your hand and lower your 2 middle fingers, and a bolt of high energy, holy energy launches out of it and just catches this dragon in the side of the head, burrows through his skull and scrambles his brains.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna have Vision come up and like roadie him in Marvel Civil War.
So there you are with a dead young white dragon, 2 dead griffins, and a dead humanoid-looking individual.
Okay, so maybe they weren't just playing around.
Walk back up to the group.
Okay.
What was that? Ogilvy, if we see one of those again, stay back.
Yeah, easy sell. Why was it here? And I would like to start looking around, trying to see if there's things that dragons would like candied meats, non-candied meats.
Are you trying to do this in depth, or are you just trying to make a general perusal of the area?
I'm just gonna make a standard investigation.
Okay. Go for it.
Flat roll, so it's a 14.
In your investigations, looking over the dragon, looking over this dead humanoid, looking over these griffins, you make note of something that you guys hadn't seen before, but these griffins seem to be wearing a bridle of sorts. It's attached around their beak, runs to a leather strap kind of just past their forelegs, and is anchored there at the moment. It's very subtle to see in the middle of everything, but once you have some time to actually look at it, it looks like these griffins were possibly domesticated to an extent. Looking over the individual, you do find a symbol of the Emerald Enclave. They aren't very heavily armored, but they are bundled up. It seems like they may have had some kind of a relationship with this griffin, because they have all kinds of meats with them and various plumage care tools with them as well.
Guys, I think we killed somebody.
We didn't kill him. The dragon did.
Well, no, there's the one that we attacked and then very quickly died after we dealt with things. Like we definitely didn't keep it alive. Is there any way I can check for an ID in the humanoid?
Yeah, easily enough. As you do that, you find an ID that states that this is one Gorbrin Dids of the Emerald Enclave, and they are a Griffin Rider out of Waterdeep. It's kind of like a military ID of sorts. Upon rooting through that, you also find a note that essentially is a purchase order, per se, from one Dashara Kelabar out of Fireshear for a clutch of griffin eggs to be delivered within the next week in Fireshear.
Does that mean he had them?
Like, is this
He is
a
going.
purchase order or is it a fulfilled purchase?
It is a purchase order that does not have
Okay.
a signature from the recipient yet.
Okay.
Okay. Go for it. As you pump your holy energy into Henry, Henry does not stir. Bearfane, is there anything you would like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to find out if you guys can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I had to give up on the phone. I don't know why. It will not stop kicking my external audio to my earpiece. So obviously, you guys saw me put the headphones on. That appears to be working. We'll see if that luck continues. Into the computer. I've got Discord back on the computer, and I've got the Ethernet hooked to it, so hopefully that won't be a further problem.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah, I'm in dire straits, so I'm gonna have to heal myself. I guess I'll burn that last third level slot to cure wounds,
Alrighty.
or I could. Danvers, how bad off are you? Okay, well, I still have seconds and 1 first left if you need more. All right, so 3d8. Damn it, just once. Yeah, fucking figures. 13 hit points back.
Okay.
Third level spell slot, and I get 13 motherfucking hit points. That was all I was going to do.
Okay. Anybody else would like to do anything?
Not as long as it seems like Ogilvy kind of picked them clean for what we need to find. What's worth finding?
Yeah, I mean, the last thing is I'm not sure if this is like the carrier or someone who is like a breeder. So I guess I'll make one last investigation check to see if there anything that's like a crack, like a whole or cracked egg in their possession.
Okay.
Okay. How about I help you because my investigation's flat.
Maybe y'all should help me.
Okay.
Huh?
Mhm.
That's rolling with advantage, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, the first roll was excellent, so yeah, I'm going to stick with that. 26.
All right. With your roll, even from this distance that you are currently at, you make note that there is a trail of yellow snow that is leading from over here to where this individual has walked. So,
Something marked its territory right by you, Danvers.
it doesn't look like it was urine. It looks more yolky.
I was going to
Fucking
say,
perverts.
did he piss himself as he was walking?
I said the words I said. Yeah.
Okay, where it leads, you notice that the snow looks like it has been dug down and there is a leather strap hanging out of just peeking above the snow. Okay, as you're brushing the snow away and working your way down, you come across a decently sized leather satchel that seems to have some heft to it and is not readily, completely, easily, gingerly removed from the snow. No, it can be. It's just not something you're going to have to put a little effort to hoist it up. It's got some heft to it, but it's not impossible, is what I'm saying. It's just letting you know that there's a little bit of heft to this thing, and as you pick it up, you make note that running out of one of the seams, there seems to be this kind of yolky mixture dribbling out near the bottom.
Well, I think that means they got the eggs, and maybe there's more casualties here than we'd like to admit. Shit, there's not any of them left. Nothing's viable.
Let let's set it down and open it.
Yeah, do you need help with that? With your weak, spindly dragon arms?
Well, he only has 2, so like carry and open might be difficult.
Okay. Yeah, it's just got a simple clasp on it holding it, well, a pair of clasps holding it shut, honestly. As you open it up, you make note that it is very heavily fur lined, and it's got kind of a warmth to it. It's staying warm. It's not getting cold, but it's not getting hot. It's just perpetually warm, it seems, on the inside. Looking inside, you see that there are 4 compartments laid out in a line. One of the compartments has a broken egg in it, but the other 3 compartments, there are intact eggs.
Um, based off of this piece of paper, he bought them, and based off of these things here, he wanted them to hatch, so he
Or
can make them into
did
pets.
he did he buy them or was he delivering?
I'll hand him the paper.
Okay. Looking over, yes, it is a purchase order from one Dashara Kelabar from Fireshear, and it has the Emerald Enclave and the Waterdavian Griffin Rider stamps on it. And it is a purchase order for a clutch of griffin eggs to be delivered to Dashira Kelabar out of Fireshear, and it has already been paid for, and it has not been signed for as in being delivered.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not too far out of the way, and we can just get a boat to where we want to be going from there. Maybe we can. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
what if we finished the job, delivered the remains of the altar, and then got them to pay for us to go to the city we want to, and then that way these 3 things here have a chance at life. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if it's all the same for you, I'll go into my bag and I'll grab some of the 10 pounds of toys because I'm guessing there's gonna be like stuffed animals and items like that in there.
Yeah, it's just
And
miscellaneous toys.
yeah, and use that to try to pad the satchel so that it can handle being carried by horse.
Okay.
Making sure not to get any of the toys in the fourth section that has yoke in it.
Easily enough done. You take some of those toys. A few of them you have to rip a little bit of stuffing out of to get them to fit comfortably around the eggs, but to do so rather readily. And you now have a warm fur-lined, toy-stuffed, yolk-filled, egg-containing bag.
Oh, did a good job, guys.
Those eggs do not shift in the slightest.
I did a good job, you guys. All right, get the fuck on my horse. We're getting gone.
No, I was going to say, since I'm the most diminutive, it'd probably be best to put you on my horse with me.
All right,
We're
who's
gonna
riding
kill a
bitch?
horse. We're gonna kill a horse.
All right. You all saddle back up, leaving Henry to his fate, and the carcasses of the griffins and the young white dragon, assuming you don't want to do anything with them.
The guy I would have again placed in like a, you know, up against the rocks, probably like in that corner. I'd probably place him neatly and, you know, put him in some sort of respectable position.
All right. Easily enough done. Yeah, go for it. In this world, it's pretty common knowledge that the rarer the creature, the more valuable its materials may be. So yes.
Good idea. I will take out my dagger and try to get some scales.
All right. So would it be you? Would you be letting Kaz do this, Danvers, or would you want to do it?
So I'm going to at least go to do it, and then he can stop me or not.
All right. All right. Wow. Let's make a survival check with advantage for skinning and declawing a dragon.
13?
Okay. I mean, it's not a huge dragon, but it's not a horribly small one. You're going to get about 10, 15 pounds of scales, probably somewhere in that range. I mean, they are dense, so they have some weight to them. And out of all of the claws, you're going to end up with, I'd say, 7. 7. Yes. Yes. That's all quality. I mean, going through it, there are some claws you do break. There are some scales you do break, but you get about 15 pounds of dragon scales and 7 claws.
Yep. So I'm putting 15 pounds of scales and how much claw?
7.
7 claws. Okay.
I was going to say, then we can make ourselves a stew.
Make a broth. Anything else you all would like to do?
I just want to, if I got onto the scale, I just want to sniff the meat and see if it would taste like anything.
As you're sniffing the meat and exposing it, it seems to be crystallizing as it's going, almost like the cold essence of this dragon is beginning to take hold at an accelerated rate. It'd almost be like chewing ice. Meat ice, but ice.
I would say I just back away.
Okay.
That was the knight's horse. What that better. They're still there.
Might be cheaper just to let them keep it.
Yeah, it was like 3 months or something. If you guys didn't return, he was keeping the horses.
Yeah.
Well, what if? Yeah.
I don't think we're seeing those horses again.
Now, granted, he could have gone the way of Blockbuster, and all those late fees he's never going to be able to collect because no one's ever paid him for watching horses, and then he had to kill and eat the horses to survive. Okay, yeah, we need to get back.
Does Henry deserve a warrior's funeral then? Well, I didn't say Viking funeral. Just
Like we put them on a sled, we push it down the hill. Like
It is very easy.
Okay. Well, I'll just give him a nice you googly, and we'll get on our way.
All right. Who's riding bitch on Bearfane's horse? I just want a mental image.
Well, at least
Does
he could see
palpate
over me
fire
that
away?
way. I'm in front of kind of like the little kid on the motorcycle. Just keep your sword tucked back, will you?
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
That's another movie reference. That's 2 in a row.
All right. As you guys continue your pursuits for the rest of the day, moving your way southward, after about an hour or two, you do come across a sign that points east, saying Luskin, and south towards Fireshear. It is your choice where you would like to move. Fireshear or Luskin?
I thought we kind of agreed we would be heading to Luskin first, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
well, that was the original plan. On some eggs.
Mm.
We can
I
We
will
can
move you
probably-
guys back over to the player's map so you can see.
Yeah,
So
we
you're
can-
good.
I'm fine with
Probably-
going to Fireshear then.
and if we really want to go to Luskin, we can both there. I'm sure.
All right.
Do concur.
All right. So you guys continue your progress southward then towards Fireshear. Again, another couple hours later, and And nearing the end of your day's travel, you come across another sign that points northwest towards Ironmaster and continues to point southward towards Fireshear. Just letting you know. So by day's end, you guys essentially end up right about there, which would put you about 3/4 of a day's worth of travel outside of Fireshear, give or take. Half to 3/4, depending on weather and pushing it. But this is as night begins to fall and it's getting a little later in the day. But nothing of interest has happened throughout the rest of your day after a wonderful dragon encounter and finding a clutch of eggs.
All right,
Third.
first watch.
All right, so
The other one. It was so nice to sleep the whole night.
all right, since Ogilvy is taking his first watch, roll a perception check for me.
That will be a 19. Guys, I did something competent on first watch.
Hooray.
All right. As the night is wearing on, it is another clear night for you guys. There doesn't seem to be any storms off in the distance. You hear the howling of a couple wolves, maybe the growls of some yetis off in the distance.
At 6 or 7, can
You
you
do
take
make
it?
note that the bag you guys have those griffin eggs in is staying warm regardless of the conditions outside, and occasionally you see a little shift in it as if there may be some form of life beginning to propagate inside those eggs.
Let's go. We're not entirely murderers.
We're gonna name the first one Norbert.
Yeah, who's
And
to say one of them also wasn't smashed?
the third one we'll name Robert.
Robert the
All right.
Bruce.
Robert Griffin III.
But that being said, your watch comes to conclusion without incident, just the occasional shiftings of those eggs. So next up is Danvers. Yep. Okay. You spot much of the same. Another clear night. Aurora Borealis kicking off as per usual. No foul weather on the horizon. Wolves, various denizens of the frigid north, and the occasional shifting of the griffin eggs. And your watch comes to a conclusion without incident if there is nothing you would like to do. All right. Bearfang, you are up.
22.
Damn. You guys are having a very quiet night. You have heard from the other two. Nothing is happening. You make note, though, that within the Aurora Borealis, there seems to be a slight meteor shower going on. And it adds these interesting kind of off-color streaks within the Aurora Borealis. You occasionally see some of the larger ones. Some have detonated over top of you and create this wonderful kind of sparkle scatter effect. No creatures cross your path. No monsters come out of the darkness. The griffin eggs continue to make their occasional shifts, and the fire keeps you warm throughout the evening. So
All right. Nothing. I don't feel like doing anything except making sure the fire is nice and warm and wake up Kaz.
all right, Kaz, you are up.
I'm going to stay bodily laying down and do the perusing in the Raven.
Okay.
Uh-oh. 6 perception?
Bad
roll.
You're using your Raven to stare at the ground. It doesn't spot a damn thing. Doesn't make note of where you're at. Doesn't make note of the dragon eggs. Occasionally it catches the glimpse of the fire out of the corner of its eye. not a damn thing happens. Not
And
even
then when you wake up, the
noticing.
raven just.
But I'm
Oh,
well
sorry.
rested.
Yep. So as morning rolls around, the sky fades from its dark black to its purples to its blue, pinks and blues, and finally a nice blue sky with clear sun and no clouds coming through.
And then as soon as Kaz gets up, the raven just looks at him and goes, "Nevermore."
So if there is no breakfast shenanigans you all would like to do, you are welcome to continue your movements throughout the morning, heading southward.
Important
I
for
look
the day.
You were fighting a bit of a chill the rest of the day, and throughout the night you had stoked the fire a little bit to stave off the cold. Today you're definitely feeling a hell of a lot better. You don't have this kind of permanent chill running through you.
At
I
a,
would like to look real shifty-eyed if anybody looks at the eggs just a little bit too long.
at a 13 and 7 for the record.
All right. Does anybody look at the eggs a little too long, or is nobody gonna mother hen this other than Ogilvy?
I'm just gonna walk over and say, "How are they doing?"
They do a little wiggling every once in a while. I don't know how eggs or griffins or a lot of other things work, so I'm assuming that it means nothing whatsoever.
Hopefully, we can get them to someone who knows what to do before they.
Also, don't forget that when we find your circus, I get to pick 2 magic books to read.
How could I forget?
I'm just letting you know, like this is the one time a negotiation has ever worked out for me.
I'll trade you a book for a egg.
No. Because I've already got the 2 books, and I've already got the eggs. Wait, is this a second negotiation I've won?
I just walk away.
All right. So as you guys continue your traveling southward and the saddling up of 2 individuals on a horse, you begin to make your way southward, and whoever would like, may I get a perception check, please?
10.
Bad.
Okay. So the first one to notice this would be, we'll kick you guys over, is as you are heading down another set of switchbacks, Danvers makes note as he skirts the edge of one of these switchbacks that near the bottom, if not at the bottom, there seems to be a wagon that has stopped that has a single horse and 2 individuals around it. From the distance, it looks like they're just sitting there at the moment. One of them seems to be crouched down next to the wagon, doing something, but from the distance, it's really hard to tell. The horse is standing there. One is standing at the back of the wagon, kind of looking back and forth and making frustrated physical expressions and movements, like exacerbated and kind of tired of this shit. Hold on a second. I need to see what the dog's barking about.
God, I will. I'll maybe take a look ahead. Whenever Mike gets back, I'm gonna give it a flyover.
I love you, Beans.
All right, go for your flyover.
Oh, he was listening.
Yes.
All right. 12 perception.
All right. As you fly over, you make note that one of the individual at the back of the wagon is in nicer clothing, nicer winter clothing, than the one that is near the front of the wagon. The horse seems to be lazily munching on a bag of oats, and the one near the front of the wagon is trying to fit a wagon wheel back onto the hub. There is a wagon wheel laying to it. There are tools laying around them, and they seem to be frustrated that they are doing this by themselves in the cold snow, trying to force a wagon wheel on.
Just be careful. I'm gonna fly down and try to get into the wagon.
All right. For that, make a dexterity check for me to see if you can make it into this wagon.
That is a good roll. Dex so 19.
All right, you make it deftly into that wagon with your raven. Can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw, though?
Modifier, so 14.
All right. Luckily enough, right as your raven breaches through the flaps on the back of this wagon, it makes a note that there is a large crate immediately in front of it and deftly stops itself. In perusing the wagon, though, it sees multiple different crates labeled, of various miscellaneous goods. There's tools, there's, equipment, there's some food items, some heavier, more I'm drawing a blank on the word, ornate boxes and cases that are contained within the back of this. Those are few and far between. There's some vials, there's some bags of feed and such. It seems like this is a merchant wagon.
I just want to walk over to, waddle over to one of the vials and just get it in my beak.
Okay.
And then fly out and fly back.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check for me to see if your bird can do this quietly.
Sleight of bird. 9 plus. I don't know. Is that Dex?
Yeah, it's Dex.
Yeah.
So 11.
All right. It picks up the vial. It struggles a little bit here and there, bringing it up and down, and finally it gets a good grip on it, and it is able to fly out the back of the tent.
And then trying to just come back to us.
All right. Easily enough, your bird comes back to you.
I'm going to take a look at the vial.
It is a clear liquid with a stopper in it.
I will check out what this is later and just pop it in like a pocket.
Okay.
So scouting ahead, it seems like a merchant cart. I didn't notice anything suspicious. They were trying to fix a wheel. At least that's to my eyes. But I didn't notice anything threatening, any weapons hidden. Looked like they were fixing a wheel.
Just nobody tell them about the eggs.
Well, assuming you all are going to continue pressing forward,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
as you move your way closer, you see, as you make it down these switchbacks, the individual who is at the back of the wagon seems to be looking around for individuals, and as he sees you all, he starts waving frantically and goes, "Gentlemen, gentlemen, may I trouble you for some of your assistance? My manservant over there is kind of trash when it comes to repairing wagons, and I could greatly use your assistance so I can continue my venture northward to sell some of my goods.
Before we get
you-
too close, I'm going to puff the raven out of, this plane.
Full disclosure, you do not want to go up there.
I have made this journey many a time before, and I understand the dangers, and well, from what I hear, there's been a few that have been disposed of already, so I think it will be a little safer than usual.
If you what?
Oh, how rude of me. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Sarur Pesci. I'm a traveling merchant of sorts. I tend to ferry goods from Fireshire up to Brynshanda
All
and
right,
travel the
Joe.
twin trails.
Cool, Joe Pesci. Here's the deal. You ain't seen the shit we're saying. Turn around, go back.
Well, Green One, this isn't my first adventure, nor will it be my last.
But at some point, it is our last.
Yeah, your funeral.
Don't always know when.
All right. In looking it over, this guy isn't paying you any mind. He's just kind of cussing up a storm. He's trying to put a replacement wagon wheel onto the hub. And essentially, as soon as he took the broken wheel off, the entire wagon shifted towards him, and he is fighting with gravity to try and get this thing lifted up so he can get this wheel onto the hub.
All right, you get exactly one hand then.
When you speak out, you scare the shit out of this guy, and he essentially falls on his ass and goes, "Holy shit, where did you come from?"
You. Yeah. Well, you guys are trying to go, and we're trying to say don't go.
Well, normally we don't have these kinds of problems, and, well, normally the path is pretty clear. Are you saying it's become a bit more dangerous as of late?
And came upon a giant.
More than one giant. Look,
Useless.
yeah. Yo. And then you're going to circle this around.
Well, regrettably, I'm just an employee, and, well, Sauter has the say in what I do, as he pays my bills.
Then let me tell you something. You're not going to be paying bills much longer if you keep on going. It might be better to find a new job. And yes, I know, in this economy, yes, this one.
I'll keep that in mind, definitely. Well, whenever you all are ready.
I lift up with exactly one hand.
All right, make strength checks respectively then.
Oh, come on. Stay on the table. That is a 17 plus 3, adjusted 20.
Danvers? All right, between the two of you, there's an initial bit of a struggle to get this thing moving, but as soon as it breaks free, you're able to easily enough tilt this thing back onto its other 3 wheels and get it slightly off the ground. With that, Tevis slips the replacement wheel back on deftly and begins to attach it to the spokes using, the God, I'm drawing a blank on the name. I'm having one of those days. A wedge, essentially. to get it nice and snug against the hub. It's just a good old-fashioned interference fit. As you do that, he thanks you and says, well, I'm sure if you talk to Sauter, he'll be more than happy to compensate you for your time.
I don't know. Do we feel good taking money from people who are traveling to their doom? Yeah.
At that moment, Sar turns around and sees that the wheel's back on and goes, oh, wonderful, gentlemen. For your assistance, I could offer you a discount on some of the goods I'm willing to part with if you're interested.
How much for him?
What do you have?
Well, what I'm willing to part with and hasn't already been vouched for at the moment, I have a helm of comprehend languages, a Heward's handy spice pouch, a cloak of billowing, and one standard healing potion I'm willing to part with.
And
How much for him?
He is not for sale. He is an employee.
How much to buy off this contract?
We get it. Slavery's illegal, but how much for him?
Are you slow? Is he slow?
Yes. Have you not met me? How much for him?
He is his own person and he makes his own choices.
How much? How much for all of the goods?
All of the goods. Give me a moment, because I actually have to figure that out, because I have them only individually listed.
How much to buy the wheel we just fixed?
Oh, jeez. That will cost you 10,000 gold. I am not giving up my wheel.
Wait, the wheel is 10,000 gold?
Yes, for all of the goods, though, that would be 448 gold.
But a wheel.
How valuable would, say, a scale of a dragon be?
It really honestly depends on how many you have, of what quality they are, and the age of the dragon. The older the dragon, the hotter the scale.
Very, very old, and they are the finest scales you will ever see.
May I see them?
I reach in my bag very gingerly, like it's precious. Take out one scale.
With that, he reaches into his jacket and pulls out one of those jeweler's eyepieces and begins to look it over.
As he as I hand it over, I'm also going to cast prestidigitation to make it look. What can I do?
It's called a loop, by the way.
Yes. If I can just kind of gussy it up. Make it
In what way?
Make it look you know.
How would you gussy up a young dragon scale to make it look like a older dragon scale?
Like real I don't know what
Chronotron,
scales look like. Based on my knowledge of dragon scales, which is almost certainly very limited, I just want to make it kind of look more like that as much as I can with that cantrip.
Yeah, it appears like it has more midichlorians than it really does.
Yeah.
Make a deception check for me, just a straight one.
I don't remember if I'm good at that. I'm pretty good. 15 total.
He looks over the dragon scale and looks at you and goes, "This is a very odd dragon scale.
So it's a very strange dragon.
It doesn't have the size nor the age rings of an older dragon."
Perhaps it was taken from a new area of skin from a wound or something. We scaled it ourselves.
Well, it's possible, but these don't seem like they would carry as much weight as an older dragon scale.
All
Even
right,
if
then
they
we'll
are
just wait.
would be newer.
Does
So
that just mean we have to wait longer and it'll be worth more?
Yes.
Cool.
So I would probably give you about 16 gold piece per scale.
Mm. How much is 15 pounds of scales?
We'll say that it's roughly 10 scales per pound.
We've got 150 scales.
So that's 160 gold per pound.
Ooh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
We might be able to buy that wheel now.
Do you have the gold to take these from us?
All of them? No, but in a trade I would gladly do it for you.
Let's take off whatever number he said, 440 something,
All right.
right?
Yep. So
Take that much out.
if it's 160 per pound times 3, so it would be 2 point. Damn it, I need to get rid of that 3. It'd be 2.8 pounds that you lose. So you're left with, what's that?
13.2.
12.2? Yeah. 12.2 pounds of dragon scales.
Okay. And you'll have to tell me again what we got.
You acquired a Helm of Comprehend Languages, a Heward's Handy Spice Pouch, a Cloak of Billowing, and 1 standard healing potion. Just let me know if I need to repeat that again. Actually,
What kind of potion?
a regular one.
Okay.
I'll drop it into the chat also with the prices just because I think it's funny. There you go.
Cool.
Well,
What?
gentlemen,
About this day.
I greatly appreciate your assistance, but we must be getting back on the road as I have some goods to deliver.
Very well.
Have fun notifying your next of kin.
Well, luckily the will is already drawn up. With that, he proceeds to take his leave southward.
Include the value of your wheel.
And they disappear off into the distance.
It matters for tax purposes.
With that, let's take a short 10-15 minute break, seeing as we are at about the 2-hour mark now.
Alrighty.
All right.
Figure that's
Before
a good
we
time to do
go,
it.
Scout, who's our advertiser for this episode?
I thought I had one, but now I don't remember.
NIU basketball.
Apparently, it's NAU basketball.
Yeah. Currently a rudderless ship, unless we have a rudder. Then we're just waiting for it to arrive.
This section brought to you by Boudreaux's Butt Paste. When your bottom matters, use Boudreaux's.
I like that one.
Yep.
All right.
See, Scott, why
y'all-
can't you do that? You know I'm going to ask this every week.
I thought I had one planned, but I think it was last week and I forgot because it didn't come up. And now I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry. I'll get better. No.
Welcome back, Danvers.
Thank you.
It's not all horrible. You guys only almost died.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, figured take a few minutes to do some decompression after almost death. Who would have guessed you guys would have found griffin eggs? I wouldn't have.
Yeah, me neither, you know.
It's half the fun, though. Yeah, that was the idea I came up with last week that I was hoping you guys would take the bait on.
Okay.
What was the thing?
The griffin eggs.
I did it. I successfully took the bait.
Is the bot at a manageable audio level for you, Dan? Were you able to set that?
Yes, I was able to do that just now.
Okay.
I can hear it.
I have noticed that when nobody's talking, it seems to be louder. I think that's just Discord and how it like modulates volumes to keep everything similar when there's multiple sources versus one.
Well, I can get Caden in here to autistic screech the whole time, so there's always noise.
It's a hard pass. A hard pass.
I'm having fun with this session, that's for sure.
I kind of, so without knowing that guy was there, one of the reasons why I was hesitant to get into the fight with the dragon was because I figured that once we started fighting the dragon, the griffins would see it as an opportunity to get away from the damn dragon, and they would be stuck with the dragon. To be left with the check, you know?
Mm-hmm. Turns out they may have possibly been trained and were defending who they were supposed to.
Right. I guess.
They were doing what they were supposed to. Crazy to think, I know. I'm interested to see what Kaz does with the stuff he bought.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Ogilvy wouldn't be the best candidate for the helm of comprehend languages for most of the time at least, since he's the only one that doesn't speak any giant.
Maybe there was a reason it was tossed in there. Maybe that's the reason.
Wait, you mean that DMs have ulterior motives with everything they do? No way.
No, they'd never do that.
Wait, you're tricking us?
Hold on, I'm not a half-orc?
Who can't speak giant?
Mike, this is incredibly good verbal magic you're casting. I honestly thought I was a half-orc for the last 3 months.
Well, then we're doing something right.
Where did that thing come from?
When I went into the living room.
You're just like, hey, look at this.
That's the one that
so wait,
doesn't
you're
like
telling me I've actually murdered all those people?
Yes.
Oh, God.
In some reality, assuming the multi-universe theory, yes.
You're telling me in Washington, D.C., that was not a half-orc rally?
Nope. That
What
was
the
an
fuck?
ogre rally. Or maybe trolls.
Oh, thank God.
So if everybody is ready, we can continue our trek southward. If not, we can still take a few minutes because we have about 5 more.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Scott, what's the second half of this episode brought to us by?
The second half of the episode is brought to us by being unprepared for commercial breaks
Procrastinators for dummies.
We'd have a slogan here if we thought of one.
Well,
Procrastinators for dummies. We'll get to it tomorrow.
all right. Well, as we roll back in, our party has continued their trek southward with the encounter of a pair of griffins, a young white dragon, and a individual from the Emerald Enclave who was ferrying a clutch of griffin eggs to a individual. I don't know why I suck with names, because I always do. Dashara Kelabar out of Fireshear. The party had discovered the eggs and decided it was in their best interest to deliver said property. As they continued southward the next day, they encountered a merchant who was stranded due to a broken wheel and a lack of equipment to fix it by getting the wagon back up in the air. But they had managed to assist and purchase at a relative cost, I guess is a good way to say it, a helm of comprehend languages, a Hewert's handy spice pouch, a cloak of billowing, and one standard healing potion. So that is where we come back in. The merchant has departed, and Kaz has all of these new wonderful items that he can play with.
I put the helm on.
All right. Let me make sure it doesn't require attunement.
That's what I don't know. Good.
No, it does not require attunement.
Cool.
So you don this helm, and you get the impression that if you so chose, you could cast the comprehend language spell from it.
Oh.
So what does that thing do?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, obviously. Draconic and Giant.
I don't speak Draconic. Give me like 5 seconds and just talk some Draconic at me.
Okay.
And I'll do the at-will casting of comprehend languages.
All right.
Not thinking that it will work, I say to him in Draconic, that helmet looks ridiculous on you.
So it's just I understand, right?
Yep,
Yes.
you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You can also understand any written language that you see, but you must touch the surface for 1 minute that it is written on. Or you must touch the surface that it is written on. It takes about a minute to read 1 page of text.
Then just in common, I'll say back, it isn't about how it looks.
Hey, at least it works.
And then I'm going to throw on the cloak of billowing. And we'll use a bonus action to make it billow.
All right. So you are now comprehending languages for the next hour with a billowing cloak. And did you see what the spice pouch does?
I hadn't found that one yet.
All right, so you know
Nice.
this belt pouch appears empty and has 10 charges. While holding the pouch, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, speak the name of any non-magical food seasoning, such as salt, pepper, saffron, or cilantro, and remove a pinch of the desired seasoning from the pouch. A pinch is enough to season a single meal. The pouch regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn.
Nice.
So it's infinite good tasting food pouch?
Yes.
Pretty much. I'm going.
Here, let me see one of those eggs.
So I'll try that at our next meal. That's gonna be fun. Okay. And then
Back
after-
over. Move you guys back over. So you continue moving southward. Everybody's cameras are dropping out.
Oh no!
Yeah, what's going on?
I hit reconnect. Does that reconnect everybody?
No, I mean
No.
I've seen me and Mike and Dan the whole time.
Okay, yeah, because I lost
Yeah.
Jay after the break, and then I hit reconnect, and now I've got all the players and no DM.
I don't have Jay or Corey.
I think my internet
Mike-
is
Mike just
getting
fell out.
sucky.
Oh, I see Mike now.
I just hit reconnect.
Jay's not even a picture. He's just a
We
name.
can hear him.
Yeah, that's why I hit reconnect, because that I had that same problem with Jay, where it was just the bar down at the bottom.
Welcome to Technical Difficulties Podcast.
But I've got him. I've got him now.
fucking-
I have everybody now.
All right. Well, you guys continue your trek southward, moving through snow. You get the occasional cold breeze blowing through, a sharp wind, things of that nature. But nothing too horrible. Though off in the distance, you guys do start hearing this kind of dull clamoring coming over the wind. It comes and goes as the wind blows up from the south towards you guys. And then you make note that there seems to be a graying of the sky. And as you continue moving southward, a darkening and a blackening, and you start to realize that it's a lot of soot and smoke and dust coming from the south. The snow starts going from a bright white color to kind of an off gray, that dirty kind of snow look. As you keep getting closer to the town of Fireshire, you do make note that across the leveling off land and the occasional lake that you do see, there are only children out and about. They're ice fishing, they're skiing and sledding, and some of them are on dog sleds, and they're just generally having a good time and crossing your path, waving, the occasional snowball fight. But the closer and closer you get towards Fireshire, the dirtier the snow seems to be getting. So let me go to... if anybody would like to make a history check on Fireshire, see if they know anything about it, or I can just kind of give you a general overview as you get closer.
I know something. I got a 22.
I know nothing.
Not one.
Stimpy, you idiot.
All right. Dan, did you want to see if you knew anything or no?
I got a 10.
Okay. You know just the general stuff about Fireshire, that it's a mining town. It's, mostly inhabited by the denizens that live underground or that are looking for a stable but hard life. Kaz, on the other hand, you have a recollection of one of the many books you've read, and it's a short passage about Fireshire. But history says that long ago, a meteor strike blasted a crater in the frozen tundra near the coast of the trackless sea. It sheared away tons of rock, exposing rich veins of copper and silver ore. And in the years that followed, miners settled nearby, giving rise to the town of Fireshire. And in this town, you do know that there are 3 allied merchant companies. The Hamavar House, based in Mirabar, the Silver Triangle, based in Neverwinter, and the Delvers of Brookstone, based in Waterdeep. If anybody needs me to read that again, I am more than welcome to.
I'm just gonna rely on Kaz since he knew that information.
I mean, I didn't get the names, but I'll just, if it's cool,
Here,
I'll ask if it's important.
I'll drop them into the chat.
Okay, that'd be great.
All right, so we have confirmed that this is a city that is ideally giant-free.
What makes you think giant free?
No. This is me confirming. Is that if we see giants, it is reasonable to believe that they don't belong there, and to ask them, "Yo, what up, dude?"
That is true of everywhere.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
So,
Stupid fucking
I'll
cat.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
That I know out loud.
So you guys continue your trek. The snow getting dirtier and dirtier as you approach. As you start reaching the outskirts of the town, you notice it is getting later in the day. You have seen numerous children returning home to the city, town, whatever you feel like calling it, of Fireshire. As you approach, you notice that the settlement is made up of squat stone structures that resemble igloos at times. Some of them are domed, and they seem to be very good at supporting the weight of snow, reflecting a lot of the cold wind. Most of these homes, like in Hundlestone, are dug out of the rock and include deep cellars laden with preserves. As you begin entering the town, it doesn't seem very much walled, it's more of an open city of sorts. The general demographic tends to be dwarven, or gnome, as they are the primary the primary users of ores and precious gemstones. So there you are. You have the town.
It's getting late. We should probably prioritize finding a place to stay for the night.
I suppose so. Do I have a memory of like an inn?
No, there's really no memory of an inn here. It was just kind of a general history, quick overview of cities of the north that you had read.
Okay.
You see numerous soot and dirt-covered dwarves and gnomes coming up from the southern cliff edges, working their way through the city towards various homes, various establishments. There are taverns, some that you have passed. There's, numerous blacksmiths and ore smelting facilities. There's, the occasional market that you walk past, but between the dwarven and gnomish individuals, it is a very kind of dark and drab city. It is perpetually covered in soot and smoke and kind of a haze as you walk through the city.
Beerfane, kind of like in Hundlestone, these people might respond best to someone who speaks their language. Do you want to ask someone which the cleanest inn to go to is?
Sure. I address the nearest dwarf that I find and inquire exactly that.
All right.
Where's a good place to stay?
He looks you over and goes, "Aye, you must be out of towners. Well, I can point you towards the Laughable Ore Inn and Tavern. They tend to be on the cleaner side, but as you can see, not much stays clean here."
Awesome. Thank you. The Laughable Ore, guys.
All right. That's,
No, that is a name.
Before he walks off, I grab him by the shoulder and ask him if he can point us in the proper.
Aye, you take 2 streets down, hang a right, walk 5 streets, hang a left, and then walk 2 more streets, and it'll be on your right-hand side.
I feel like there's a more direct route.
Hold on. What if we just take like the 5 down to the 101 and then take Rodeo Drive?
This
Well,
isn't
you get
LA.
caught in so much traffic that you'll be stuck there for hours waiting on the dumbasses to get out of the way.
Scott, this episode was brought to you by the Californians.
Let's go to LA.
What? Frost giants, you're supposed to be dead.
Ogilvy, if a tavern was called the Laughable Orc, what do you think it would be like?
Or
No, I know.
O-R-E.
I know what it said. I'm just curious if it was just one letter different.
It would be like me, but laughing.
Well, is it the orc that would be laughing, or the orc is what we are laughing at?
What if everyone was laughing together? Like everyone's a great big group of friends, and the orc just goes, and then the joke was told, and here's the punchline. Everyone else is just like, ho 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 ho.
Sounds like a nice inn.
Yeah. And then everybody ends up getting in a fight with each other, but like a friend fight, not like a mean fight.
I think there's a different word for that kind of fighting. It might start with an S.
Sacramento.
Bless you.
Wait, was that not it?
We know where Jay's head is today.
So I assume we've been walking in the general direction while having these meaningless conversations.
I am not
That's what I
piloting the
figured.
current horse I'm sitting on.
Like while we're making our way there.
So y'all make your way to this inn. It is a very similar squat building. On the sign, it is a heavy dark wooden sign. It has pieces of ore that are placed in kind of a smiley face, not dissimilar to the bag that Kaz has been holding on to from when you guys fought those cultists. And underneath it says the Laughing Ore Inn and Tavern. There are small windows on the front of it. They're frosted over. There is a warm glow coming from the inside. As you all enter, there are well-worn, old, beer-stained and alcohol-stained tables strewn throughout. There are occasional benches laid out. A few hearths throughout that are lit and well-tended. Behind the large, well-stocked bar, there is a squat dwarven individual making his way around, socializing, having the occasional conversation, passing out drinks, telling old war stories essentially, and having a good laugh as the night goes on. The patrons of this place are dwarven, gnomish, the occasional humans, orcs, and a rare Goliath here and there. All of them look very well muscled and well built, as if they have spent years working mines and work very hard on a daily basis.
Hey, question. Do we remember the name of the person who ordered these things?
Luckily, it's on this sheet.
And that happens to be Dashara Kelbard. Fucking hell, I can't speak today.
Maybe put it in the chat.
Deshora!
Fucking hell. I'm gonna have to do that. Where's my mouse go? I lost my mouse.
It's on the other screen.
Yep.
Mike, I found in my notes where I found a smiling bag from the cultists. Was there anything in that bag?
Happiness.
Because I have from cultists, bag with 10 pinches of pixie dust, and smiling bag.
Since we have never talked about this bag since you picked it up.
I forgot. How about we'll just use this? I had a flash of memory because I saw that. and I went digging through my stuff and pull it out.
So you pull out this smiling bag, and as you proceed to stick your arm into it, it seems bottomless. Your arm just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper, and you reach all the way up to the shoulder, and you still haven't found a bottom of this bag.
Wait, I feel like we knew that was a bag of holding.
You might have. I did not.
I thought we figured that out already.
No, you hadn't figured it out yet.
I don't. I really don't.
Scott never identified it.
I would have written that down.
So you are currently shoulder deep in this smiley face bag outside of the Laughing Inn Tavern as you guys are walking through the door.
Like, is this as weird to everyone else as it is to me?
Just looks like a really deep bag. Are you bending your arm? Like, is this a trick?
You try. No, I'm gonna. How wide is the opening?
It's standard messenger bag, so it's probably 18, 24 inches wide.
I pull out like one of the javelins that is like tucked behind the shield, and I start to put it in the bag.
It proceeds to start disappearing into this bag without ever meeting resistance.
I let go.
And off it goes.
I look under the bag.
There's nothing under the bag.
I look at Kaz, I go, okay, that's great, now where'd my javelin go?
This is new to me. I'm not entirely sure how to recover things. I imagine you could reach in and grab it.
I reach in the bag for my javelin.
As you're reaching in looking for your javelin, you grab hold of a shaft of a javelin, it feels like. As you lift it up, you pull the javelin back out of the bag.
What happens if you turn it upside down? Like, have you ever tried to dump it out?
Nothing falls out of it.
Empty. Have you ever tried going inside? If you used it as a sleeping bag, what would happen to the rest of you?
Hold on. I put my hand inside the bag and I think about a javelin. And then I rip my hand up.
You have nothing.
I guess it only holds one javelin.
I put my hand in and I think about happiness and I pull my hand out.
And you have a big smile on your face.
Can I roll a history check to see if I've ever seen or heard of what I as a person know as a bag of holding in my travels?
Sure.
Oh. 17.
You would be aware that there are things like this that exist in the world that are known as bags of holding, handy haversacks, pouches of the sort that you can place massive amounts of things in, and the weight of the bag does not change. They essentially go to a other dimensional space till you want something specific out of them.
I relay that to Kaz, and I suggest that maybe we don't let Ogilvy stick his head in it.
And I put my hand in one more time, and I think, Ring of Winners. And I pull my hand out.
Ring of Winners.
Nothing comes out.
Guys, don't worry. Those frost giants are never going to find it. There's no such thing as a Ring of Winners.
I put the bag back in my bag for the moment. And I'm just thinking.
I guess we should talk to the barkeep and try to get a room, and then find out where Deshara can be found.
But I can tell you why you think you know about you guys knowing about that bag is because I was griping to you, Corey, about how you guys haven't looked at that fucking bag.
Oh.
I literally had it in my notes. I apparently just forgot.
Well, I mean, I've got a lot of notes. It'd be hard to remember everything.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I try to look at the last days before we start the next one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's
at least at a skim. Well, I mean, it's in the 10 minutes before we start.
I don't. I look at my notes while we
Which
play.
explains...
Or in the wind-up while we're talking about nothing.
Yeah, it explains why Scott didn't know the notes last week. Because he forgot that it was Sunday.
So as you make your way to the bar and meet the bartender, He comes walking up to you and goes, Hurden Galnus, how may I be of service?
Wait, what?
Hurden Galnus.
I believe,
Hurdan.
yeah, I believe he said,
Galnus.
"Hail and well met. My name is Galvis."
Owner and proprietor of the Laughing Inn.
I think he said that this is his place.
I cast comprehend languages.
Did you already do that today?
It lasts an hour.
I can cast it at will.
Again, you hear Hurdan Galnus, owner and proprietor of the Laughing Inn.
His name is Wes Galvin.
I just turned everybody. That didn't help.
We're looking for a room, at least for the night, and a place to stable our horses.
Oh.
Well, our
hey.
horses.
Their
Yeah.
horses.
Additionally, we're looking for the locations to deliver a package to a Dashara Keldabar. Keldabar.
Well, I can do the rooms. And the horses easily enough. The rooms be 5 gold apiece, and they are single rooms.
Good God. Why does it get more expensive every town we go to?
You're in a town that is flush with gold and jewels.
Is there any meals included with the room?
If you're willing to pay for them.
So no.
What is there anything that is calimentary?
You want squid that's been fried?
Yeah, that'd be great. Is that free?
You do it yourself?
Would you be willing to give us a group rate for 15?
18.
19 plus food.
Deal. He just squints his eyes and gets this shit-eating grin on his face. He knows exactly what he's gonna serve you guys.
Flamebeard's fire brandy.
And calamari?
I will drop my 5 gold.
I'll throw in 7.
No, I just started using the history.
I mean, I feel like you should pay for Fairfane's share because he gave you a ride here. Otherwise, you'd still be out in Hundlestone.
I feel like you should pay my share because you got my horse killed.
I never stabbed your horse, as I paid my 5.
Leads to.
Well, assuming somewhere in there it gets covered.
Yeah, let's also remember that because of me, we got overpaid by 900 gold for a job that we already did.
But, Dashara, you don't want to deal with her. She'll shoot you in the face.
If
Shoots everyone she meets in the face.
She doesn't like visitors. People tend to try and steal from her anyways. Or they
Well,
don't
we're-
like what she's doing.
we're trying to give her things,
Yeah, she's expecting visitors.
she's a customer, and we are the customer helpers.
You wouldn't be the first mailman she shot.
Well, then fine, we'll keep her incredibly valuable package for ourselves.
Are there any people that she doesn't shoot?
Those from the Emerald Enclave, those from Waterdeep who happen to be Griffin Riders. Really, not much. The occasional mercenary or adventurer.
You hear that?
Or those
We're from
looking for
Waterdeep.
transportation.
Yeah, we're from Waterdeep. We're absolutely fine, boys.
If you come bearing gold, wanting to learn how to ride griffins, she won't shoot you.
How will she know if we're a Griffin Rider before she shoots us? Unless she
Well,
opens the door not shooting at us.
She's gonna ask your purpose there, and well, you better have the right answer. And she better believe you, or she's gonna shoot at you.
Easy enough.
Hold on, I got it. And I take out a piece of paper from my spell book that currently only has drawings in it, and I'll write down that.
Crickens are.
That way she'll know there are griffins here.
Grickens.
Well, she won't take kindly to you showing up in the wee hours, so would you kind of get some drinks or just bed down?
How about that free food?
All right, I'll be back in a little bit. And he disappears.
He's totally gonna get you guys Flambeard's fire brandy.
I'm actually fine with that.
I would like something with some sustenance.
5, 10, 15, 20 minutes go by. At the half-hour mark, he turns back up with 4 bowls, and they are freezing fucking cold, and they are filled with, the best you can figure, the remains of gutted, dead fish that has been sitting for a while. He has went and found a bucket of chum to fill bowls up with to give you guys.
No, this is not good customer service at all. Even the pretend company I just made up knows to do better than that. Here's what I'm going to do. Is there a latrine or an outhouse, or do they have internal plumbing?
This would be very much an outhouse.
All right. Is there an employees-only outhouse?
No.
Then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my bucket of chum, and while he's not looking, I'm just going to hide it underneath the front desk. And then just wait. Just wait.
Make a sleight of hand check for me to see if you can do that.
Sleight of hand. What is my sleight of hand? +1. How is that a 17? 16 +1.
All right, you definitely are able to hide this thing underneath the bar as he turns his back to serve somebody else.
I am going to stand and pound the table as I do. Cast preparation to make lightning just shoot out around me, and then bonus action cloak of billowing. How dare you!
Make an intimidation check for me.
17.
He just beat you out. He picks up a glass of water, splashes it on you, and goes, "Calm down, fluffy one. We don't take kindly to that here."
What do you
I
take
don't-
kindly to?
I don't take kindly to being served fish food.
It's food. You said
Not
it yourself.
For
Food.
fish.
You said food. This is
If
food.
it-
You didn't specify food for.
Have you ever seen a person eat this
Oh, yes.
and not throw up?
Not yet.
All right.
I'm going to the Better Business Bureau.
Hey, Galvin. Recognize here that this is what you did for a 1 gold discount.
Hey, yes, you're paying less than you needed to for your rooms.
To a rate in which you agreed to.
Yes, and you got food.
Then you will agree to this as well. If you do not square this deal, then I demand satisfaction in the form of a duel.
Probably won't go over too well.
I demand satisfaction.
Well, then eat your food.
Heard it, you're an ass.
Aye, you shouldn't try and con me then.
There's no
What
conning
fucking
and haggling, you dickbag.
Yeah.
I walk out of the inn just mumbling.
This is the going rate for rooms here. We are a town that is built on mining, precious gems, and precious metals. Nothing comes exactly cheap here.
Well, then allow me to go talk to the police here and tell them that you tried to poison us.
No, I didn't. You didn't have to eat it, nor did you have to pay the going rate. May I also go to the triumvirate and let them know that you tried swindling me with all of your magic tricks?
Yes, My magic tricks. Okay, real smart guy. Everyone knows that me is magic. As I walk out.
I didn't try to swindle him with magic tricks. That was a reaction to his obnoxiousness. But yeah, I'm out of the room.
This is going to be interesting because you've already stabled your horses with him. Well, you guys are welcome to continue your quest for a different tavern if you would like.
I mean, it's not like he's gonna give us our money back.
I mean, I'm just questioning for a Molotov cocktail.
I just need to eat food.
We've got rations.
Yeah, I mean, we can sort of hand wave that. As
Well,
far-
if you would like to try for a different place, you are more than welcome to. If you would like to return, it is up to you also.
I spent the 5 gold in my room. I haven't swindled this
Yeah,
guy at all.
I'll stay there. I'm just not eating there.
I'm also not using the outhouse as prescribed.
And I'm contemplating burning the place down.
Yeah, this guy's got
Alright.
something coming to him.
Hey, if I do a investigation, can I find a food stand that has the highest fiber food I can think of? And is there a coffee shop nearby?
There aren't really food stands because this town is on the coast. Most everything is inside.
Okay. I still want to find high fiber foods.
Okay. There is plenty of roughage around that you are more than welcome to go for.
I'm going to spend 20 gold on this roughage and eat it all. Then I'm going to go find a coffee stand. Buy their
20.
most. Yes. I'm going to take the biggest dookie right in the middle of this room. He has to clean it up.
So, as you are all turning back up, coming back to your respective places, this little shitbag is still behind the bar, running around, and you see this big old Goliath come in. And I mean, he's even big by Goliath standards. He's a little bit taller and definitely a little more brawny. And you just hear him bellow, and he goes, "Herden, what the fuck are you doing behind my bar again?" And you just see Herden go, "Oh shit!" And he starts hauling ass out the back door, and this big fucking Goliath just starts chasing his ass down. And so, Dwarf takes out the back door, Goliath takes out of the back door, and then you hear the most effeminate screech you have ever heard come from a dwarf. And this Goliath comes back in, goes behind the bar, and goes, "My apologies, everyone. Who let Herden behind my bar again?" Nobody says anything. And he looks over the 4 of you and goes, "Newcomers, what did he do to you? I'm sure he did something. He's the fucking town con man."
He tried to poison us, and then he took 19 of our gold for rooms of yours.
And horse stabling.
And also, where is your outhouse?
It's right out back there. You might want to give it a minute. Herden's kind of stuck upside down in it.
Nope, this is fine.
So, he's like, "Give me a moment." He walks outside. You see him walking back in, holding Herden upside down by one leg. His head is covered in frozen shit, and he starts shaking him, and stuff just starts falling out of his pockets. So, I mean, your gold falls out, other people's golds fall out, a couple of small flasks of different alcohols fall out, and then he just chucks Herden back out that back door, and he goes, "All right, 19 gold you said? Here you go. There's that back for you. By the way, I'm known as Gameth Rockherder. I'm actually the owner and proprietor of this tavern, and, well, Herden is a dickbag."
What is your actual rate?
I tend to go for about 3 gold a night, food and, well, at least 1 round of drinks included.
What kind of food do you have?
Well, what are you looking for? We tend to be a little more on the fish variant side, so jambalaya tends to be my specialty.
And it's like, like real food jambalaya.
Yeah, I use some of the local caught fish, some ground up sausage, and the occasional wild animal I catch mixed in with some good spices to warm me up inside and out.
All right, that actually does sound really good. If I give you 4 gold, can you give me an extra serving?
Well, after what Herden did, I'll give you 1 on the house. How's that sound?
That actually is pretty neat.
Fantastic.
But you essentially see Herden getting chased past one of the windows with what I can essentially describe as a gnome hat of shit caked on top of his head that is frozen. He is best described as the town shitbag.
Serves him right.
And they are single rooms, so you're welcome to them. They each got a hearth in them, so keep you nice and warm throughout the night.
I'll continue to pay the 7 gold instead of putting it back in my inventory. So.
I put the 3 in.
Yeah, I just took back my refund of 1 gold. Or 2 gold.
Alright. He's like, I'll give you one of the house specialty drinks. It's known as the Frosted Thunder. He brings it out. It is a kind of, like, the best way to describe it is it has a similar look to Spotchka from
I've heard of that.
but it is in a very cold, very frosted glass. It has this very cold feel going into you initially, and then it hits with this sudden kind of shocking warmth to it, and it just fades really fast.
I like this better than the brandy.
Guys, if this is what this drink tastes like, this jambalaya is going to be phenomenon.
But yeah, he serves up. It's almost like a perpetual stew kind of jambalaya. It's got a complexity of flavors to it. It's got a good amount of heat to it, but it's not overwhelming. It's spiced damn near perfect. It seems like he takes real pride in the food he makes here.
And this is how our adventure ends, is everyone just decides to live here. And jambalaya ever after.
Well, is there anything else I can do for y'all before you bed down for the evening?
Could you tell us where to find Deshara Keldvar? We have a delivery for her.
Yeah, she lives north of town on the outskirts, on the little northwestern side, actually. She has a bit of a hovel that's really hard to see. You may have seen off in the distance coming into town there was a slightly taller, more out-of-place structure out there. That tends to be where she houses her griffins. They're right on the cliff's edge.
And
She's honestly a pretty warm and welcoming individual if you get to know her. She can be a little prickly at first, but she ain't bad folk.
is there a way, like, are there certain people that she finds easier to not get prickly with?
She's pretty easygoing. Just don't fuck with her griffins, and you should be well off.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, with that, you are all welcome to a full night's rest in actually reasonably comfortable rooms. They're heavily furred beds, heavily padded, small hearth in each of them that you are welcome to use and keep yourself warm. They have a table next to them and pins to put your gear up on for the evening so it doesn't just have to lay on the ground. It seems like It's a place that is known for having adventurers come through and is a little more tailored to it.
Before I go to sleep, I'm gonna lay the alarm around my room.
All right.
And also I want to identify the smiling bag just to make sure it's bag of holding as opposed to, I don't know what else it would be, but
It comes back as a bag of holding.
cool.
You are all welcome to your long rest for the evening and the usage of your portent in the morning.
Yes, portent.
So, it was a good thing I called the cops on Dirtbag McGee then.
So it appears that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, excuse me, I still have to use the bathroom.
There are shit-covered handprints all over it at the moment. From where you could tell, this individual was trying to keep their head out of going into the shitter.
Oh, that's going to be a little bit hotter now.
As morning rolls around, though, you guys are welcome to a very nice breakfast. There's fried eggs. He makes some French toast. He does bacon. You know, there's hot coffee and tea if you want it. He basically takes very good amount of pride in his cooking skill and isn't afraid to show it off.
Yeah, so in the morning we're going to go find the Shah, right?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm just going to bed up.
It is the morning, is it not?
Yeah. We just rolled right on through that. Bearfane, is there anything you would like to have done during these interactions or anything of that nature?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, morning comes around, you all are welcome to that breakfast I described to you. You spend a little bit of time trekking your way out of town. A little bit of snow drifts have built up here and there. You can hear the occasional blasting of the mine going on, the sounding of tools off in the distance. Again, the smoke and smog and all of that tends to permeate the air. You make your way out of town, northwest a little bit, and you guys come across essentially what is truly a hovel. There's a little bit of a thatch roof you can see sticking barely above the ground. There is a stairway leading down into it. It's not in the best of conditions. It's not in the worst. It sits on a ridge overlooking the sea. It has a really nice view, honestly. As you guys do approach, you see this very well-built, well-fortified, it's 2 or 3 story structure, depending on what part of it you're at, that you can hear the sounds of griffins coming from. You know, that kind of screeching, caw, growling, essentially. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that I have everything right. It looks like where the griffins are housed, it's almost a 3 by 3 kind of cube section, and it tapers off into a lower section. You hear multiple individuals speaking in there, having some conversations, but no kind of movement, no kind of smoke coming from the hovel. So would you like to pursue the hovel or what appears to be a stable aviary kind of thing?
I'm following the guy with the eggs.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna come on up and the entire time, because I don't know if the comment was being truthful about the on. We come in peace and have griffins.
There is no movement from the hovel. You do hear those voices coming from what you can best figure are the stables for the griffins.
I hold out my sign and come up to the door and then knock on it.
Should you not maybe have the purchase order?
Was that the hovel or the stables?
The hovel.
So knocking on the door to the hovel, there is no signs of movement coming from the inside. Hold on.
Yes. Alright, she's not here. Let's go before we get shot.
You might want to check the other building.
So what is Eggman doing?
I'll listen to the smart person.
Alright, as you walk over to this other building, there is definitely smoke coming from a chimney. There is a heavy oaken door. There's light coming from the inside. As you get closer and closer, you basically overhear the conversation of somebody getting yelled at for falling asleep while they're on watch and how expensive it is to raise and train griffins, and you don't need to be, risking our livelihood on, passing out and possibly losing a griffin to some jackass. As this is finishing up, the door comes flying open. A humanoid male comes walking out. He looks very pissed off and basically starts walking towards you guys and goes, "I'm done with this shit. She can hire somebody."
Excuse me. Are you Dashara?
Fuck that bitch and what she gets herself into. She's on her own now. She can find somebody else to cover this shit for her.
So no. Just confirming before I walk away, you are not Dashara.
Off. He walks away.
Man, is this the town of indirect answers or what?
Yeah, people here kind of suck.
I take out my sign. I go, please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. I'll have something that you ordered. Well, most of what you ordered. A little bit of what you ordered.
So you're walking through the door or what?
After I announce myself.
Okay. You look in there and you see a dwarven woman. She is stout, hardy. She is clad in leathers at the moment, and she's tending to the griffins. Looks behind you and goes, "New customers, what can I do for you?"
Please don't shoot. Please don't shoot. We're here in peace.
Why would I shoot you? Have you done something that means I need to shoot you?
I think Herden was
No.
kind of taking a piss with us last night.
Don't listen to a single thing that dickbag ever has to say. He'll
That's
do
right.
anything to get the money.
I'm also starting
But
to
this
get the feeling
sign
that everyone
says
in town
if-
tries to shoot him.
Yeah.
It
But
wouldn't
this
be the
sign
first
says
nor the
while we're
last who's
here.
been shot by me or other people. What are gritkins?
You ordered them.
What are gritkins?
You should know. You ordered them. As I grab the griffin pouch.
The bag is a gritkin?
You ordered a bunch of eggs that are griffins.
He starts taking
Jeez.
toys out the bag.
As I start ripping out the
Griffins.
toys. Yeah. Yes, griffins.
Okay, griffins.
What
Honey,
I said, of
it's
course.
called griffins. It's got an F in it.
Well, F you.
No, replace the K with an F, and you'll be close enough.
Okay, so we got the frickins here that you ordered.
Oi. Okay, how many of them made it? Because you're not my usual supplier, so I'm assuming he's probably dead.
That could be correct. I've got this many. And I just open up the pouch.
Alright, 3 of them, that's good. Do you happen to have the purchase order so I can sign off on that and...
Wait, we have
No.
to go back and send the purchase order?
No, it's for my records, not for yours.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, did we just become couriers? Is this Fallout New Vegas? Am I about to get shot in the head?
Bless your heart, but you're a little slow, sweetie.
No, I'm not. I'm faster than you. Let's go
Takes
right.
the order from Danvers, signs it off, hands it off to one of the attendants, and says, "Go file that with the others, please." Well, I really appreciate you guys finding my eggs and delivering them. It's a real benefit. I mean, some of my birds are getting a little older in the years and long in the feather, and this new clutch should be able to hopefully replace a few of them.
What do you do with these griffins? I assume you're not raising them to eat them if they're getting old.
Well, I train them as mounts and combat birds for Waterdeep's Griffin Cavalry. I'm a former captain of the cavalry and found I have a real talent with these animals. And, well, if you handle them properly, you are able to do amazing things with them. I use them for transport, I use them for leisure, I use them for defense of the town as needed. And, well, I stable a few of the guards here, and they train with them and become captains themselves and command a group of birds out of Waterdeep.
How difficult is it to learn how to do this?
If you would just like to use them for travel, it's... If you would like to permanently have a bird, it's years. If you would just like to have me escort you using the birds, it's about 3 days worth of hard work, but they cover 70 to 80 miles a day.
But for say one of us to have a griffin and learn how to command it, this is years.
If you would like to maintain the bird, yes, they are finicky creatures, but just for travel purposes, easily enough done. It's only 3 days. If you just need a down and back.
How long would it take to get to Luskin from here via Griffin?
Blueskin. Well, that is it's about a day and a half. Assuming we don't run into any foul weather or, ill-tempered other creatures, which, well, a flock of griffins is a rather formidable group, and most would steer away from it.
How long would it take to get to Everland?
Everland, give me a moment. She walks over to a desk that's set up in there, looks at the map, and peruses it over, and goes, "Oh, that's only about 8 days worth of travel."
Do you have any books on
A better term.
training and writing?
It's something I've learned through years of experience, and lots of practice and a few mistakes, as she holds up her left hand and shows a missing pinky.
Hmm.
It's kind of a feel thing. You have to work with the birds and gain their trust, and it's a little bit of an ordeal, but done properly, the birds will listen to you or follow the alpha. Why, is there either of those places you would care to go?
Potentially.
Ideally at the same time.
Well, seeing as they're a little far apart, it's kind of hard to go to both at the same time, but we could do them in sequence.
This changes our position. Does it? Does I look at Kaz?
It makes travel much easier, I believe.
So it changes for the better. Wonderful.
Well, just so you know, the training nor the travel is free. You're gonna have to be willing to pay for it.
Gold we have.
We also delivered you continued business practices.
Well,
That's
if
quite
you
right.
hadn't delivered them, I would have just contacted the Emerald Enclave in Waterdeep and let them know my shipment hadn't arrived, and they would have reimbursed me, so either in egg or in gold.
And all
Man,
of
I
those
would've-
griffin eggs would have not made it.
Feeling real unappreciated right now.
Oh, I do appreciate it, but it's not world-ending for me if these birds hadn't made it. It would have been tragic, but not the end of the world.
Well, then I guess we'll keep them as I pick up the satchel.
Sorry, they've already been signed for. That would be considered theft at this point.
It is not our
I eat the paper. No, I'm kidding.
order or delivery.
I'm kidding.
Kaz is gonna get shot.
Take that up with the failed messenger delivery person.
One moment, as she goes, gentlemen, and 4 heavy crossbows pop over an upper railing and train exactly on Kaz. And she gives a whistle, and 4 griffins land behind you guys.
I cast my
Sleep again.
No, my feature, hidden step. So I go invisible.
Oh, 4 griffins. That's exactly what we need.
And I try to swiftly exit.
All right. Make a stealth check with advantage for me.
I'm not good at stealth. 7?
You rolled a 7 with advantage?
I'm a +1 stealth. What am I? It doesn't
All
always work out.
As you start moving, let me see how many of them spot you. Yeah, all 4 griffins surround you before you make it to the door. And she goes, "Dearie, my birds aren't the brightest, but they aren't blind. Your footsteps still leave tracks."
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. You stepped in some some Griffin Dookie a little while back. It's on your shoe still.
I was not trying to start some sort of conflict, just seeking some sort of compensation for our trouble.
I haven't even heard the cost of travel, and you're already trying to steal my birds.
You said losing them was worth nothing to you.
Well, it would cost me nothing. It is still a tragedy.
He's from the circus.
It shows. He's no... I could probably train him, too. And she gives you a wink, Kaz.
I
Just pure terror in my eyes.
And as she's saying that, she's also picking up a bridle from one of the griffins.
I mean, I'm surrounded by angry griffins. I don't know what to do here.
What?
I'm going to try to talk to the griffins.
Okay.
Calm down. I am your friend. We protected these eggs so that they could make it here safely.
And I need to just see exactly what that says again, because I keep forgetting it. That's your speech of Beast and Leaf.
Yeah.
So many tabs. It says you can communicate with them, though not understand them.
And advantage on charisma checks.
Okay. Would that be? They don't seem hostile to you, and they seem to relax a little bit, but they are still surrounding you. It's like they have still been ordered to do something and are going to follow through with it.
Right.
So would you all care to continue with these discussions, or shall I shoot one of you?
There's no need for hostilities.
I'm pointing at
Trying
Kaz the
to
entire
steal my
time.
animals.
Is there some sort of deal we can come to?
Well, I don't know so much anymore, with you at least. The other three I'll gladly work with.
I'm very confused as to what has happened here now.
Well, your wonderful friend here, after me signing for the birds that you so kindly brought to me, at least their eggs, who knows if they will hatch, decided that it was in his best interest to go invisible with my eggs and try and run off with them before they were handed over. Because he hadn't even discussed the cost of training nor travel of these birds, and just assumed there couldn't have been a deal made, and so he went full asshole.
That's a little harsh.
Kaz, maybe you should just shut up for a little bit. I would like to apologize on behalf of my friend. As I said, he's from the circus and has a different view on how sometimes these dealings work. I'm sure that I speak for all of us when we would be interested to hear the rate for you helping us get somewhere via Griffin, whether it be Luskin or Everlund or Waterdeep. I'm sure we would like to hear all three so that we can decide what our next course of action is going to be. We've got a few things going on.
Well, the usual rate for training is 250 gold per person per bird. For the delivery of my birds, I was willing to offer you 200 gold per person. And travel is 25 gold pieces per day, per bird, per person. But I was willing to offer you 20.
What if we sweeten the pot a little bit by including 3 horses?
I don't have much use for horses.
Griffin food?
Yeah, from my experience with griffins is that apparently they like eating horses.
You aren't wrong, I'm just not a fan of butchering horses. If you could bring me the meat, I could definitely work with that.
Well, we have.
I just real quiet to myself. In my experience, they do the butchering themselves.
What was that, dearie? And she
True.
pulls out a riding crop.
He said, in his experience, they do the butchering themselves. Wait, I was supposed to come up with something else to say. I am so sorry, Kaz. I'm not helping you out.
I think he misheard me.
That was supposed to be anything other than what he said. Fuck.
So it's 200 each of us to train us on how to ride these birds, and then it's $20. Sorry, 20 gold a day each for travel, or
Yes,
Yeah,
20
per
gold
person, per bird, yeah.
is there? I don't know. I feel like that amount of money would wipe us out for anything other than a trip to Luskin. Is there anything that you need done or help with, maybe that we can do to curry a little bit of extra favor and maybe knock a couple more 100 gold off for the total price?
Maybe if we were doing a job for you, just let us use the animals in the course of that event.
Don't have much in the way of work at the moment. I've got birds that need training and some travel that needs done, but I really don't have much work. I'm sure we could.
I'm sure Kaz here could be a good stable boy. There's plenty of griffin crap that needs to get cleaned up.
Well, give me 3 nights with him, and I'm sure I could arrange an agreeable price between the two of
Whoa.
us.
Are we talking about him working for you? What are we talking about?
No, the entire time we've been talking about selling Kaz's body for him, and I'm not against it.
Look, here's the thing. I understand what the first 7 minutes is going to be for, but what about the 2.5 days plus?
Oh, he'll get a good amount of enduring out of it. Is a polite way to put it.
Man, the internet hooked up at a very specific time, and I feel like that is for the best.
It boils down to she rides Kaz, we ride griffins.
At the same time,
To put it succinctly, yes.
hey, whatever floats your griffin.
I've never had whatever one of he is.
An asshole?
So you're a collector of sorts.
I just scared eyes, cloak of billowing.
Ooh, I can think of a few uses for that.
Find your happy place, Kaz.
I hand him one of my hand axes, and I just go, "You're going to need this."
To kill myself.
Look, when you know, you'll know.
In case my tall friend here has some sort of moral opposition to your offer, without sounding too forward, are you also collecting Dragonborn, or? Because I personally have no moral opposition to this.
I'll take all that come. I won't be opposed to you either.
Okay, but my only stipulation is not at the same time.
I hand it.
Make the fuzzy
Yeah.
one watch.
I'll grab the other hand axe and I hand it to Danvers because I think you're going to need this.
I think I can handle myself.
I'll find more hand axes for me.
I think it's funny how now both Mike and I have discovered that if you DM for a long enough period of time, and that time it's a variable number, you will wind up flirting with Scott.
It's the beard. It's the beard.
I think it's the uncomfortable.
First off, Mike Scott's not the beard. In this case, April is.
Yep. Well, I was in the Navy. I have no shame left. I've seen more dick in my lifetime than probably all of you combined.
I don't know. I go to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah.
TMI, dude.
I've had to watch people pee in cups in the military, and I have to shower out daily at my current job.
Yeah. So, like in grad school, I had to run drug testing.
Yeah.
This isn't a dick looking at measuring contest, okay?
Yeah.
You cheeky cocklookers.
Wow. This one,
And back to flirting
all
with
sorts
Scott.
of south, yeah.
Whew.
Well,
Spiraling.
depending on how well he performs, and if you are interested you perform, it may be cost prohibitive. Well, not cost prohibitive for me, but may be free for either of you.
Yeah, I'll sign that paper. That's fine.
And remember, when that happens, it's official, because paper makes everything for real.
That's right. Because we're
Mhm.
frickin' eggs.
Hey, Mike.
No, she told us to pronounce frickins.
Frickin', yeah.
What's
frickin'.
up, Cat? What's
Do,
up, Scott?
do I know what pixie dust does?
You would have an idea that it can do various things, yes, but you don't know exactly what it would do when you use it.
I think it makes you fly if you think happy thoughts.
I'm gonna just, while they're having that conversation, hopefully it'll take long enough that I can identify the pixie dust bag, and that might tell me.
You had already identified the pixie dust bag.
Oh, never mind. So I don't really know what it does.
I'm trying to pull it up exactly because I'm pretty sure it's a random roll. Damn it, it's not coming up.
Just have pixie dust bag with 10 uses.
Let me get the verbiage of it. Exactly, because...
I mean, it may or may not actually do anything in this situation, but
Let's see here. Where was that again? Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, it's a random effect. So, do you personally want to know what it's possible of doing? Or...
I mean, just as Kaz would I even know, or I just know
Yeah,
some
you would
random
know
effect.
that there are various things that can happen with it, and it is completely random what happens, and you would be aware of what those things are from identifying it.
Okay. Are any of them hostile to me? Or any, like, are any of them hostile, I guess?
So,
Like damage dealing.
the first one is a creature sprinkled with the dust gains a flying speed of 60 feet for 10 minutes. The second one is the sprinkled creature with dust must succeed on a DC 11 Constitution saving throw or fall unconscious for 1 minute. The creature awakens if it takes damage or is shaken or slapped as an action. The third one is the creature sprinkled with dust must succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw or be affected by the Confusion spell. And the last one is the creature sprinkled with dust becomes invisible for 1 hour. Any equipment it is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the creature's person. The effect on the creature ends if it attacks, deals any damage, or casts any spells.
Okay.
So none of them are inherently damage dealing, but can lead to it.
Right. Okay. I will not go down that road in this moment.
How many days did she say again it was going to be to get to Everland?
Everland is about a
8.
day and a half. Or Everland is
8.
8 days. Loose
8
skin
days.
is about a day, day and a half.
Right. Which means that water deep's probably what, like 6 days?
Let me see.
We might have more money than you realize. Also, just
Water deep is about 6 days. I'd have to do the math on it exactly.
we have 1,200 gold in gemstones and an ivory horn worth 750 gold at minimum. So, amongst a couple other things.
I'll still do what I need to make my ride free.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
And then
It's about 7.5 days.
And then we could easily afford to get to Everland, and we could actually get that information about the ordning.
Sure.
Find out what it is that we're up against, how we can do anything to fix it, and stop getting smashed by giants.
So, what route are you all taking here?
I could
Dan?
tell you your future.
Well, I already know part of it, as she winks at Danvers.
Oh no, I could just super disappointing. He's just gonna cry at the foot of your bed the entire time.
So, what about the rest of you? I still have 3 that I need to make a deal with.
Oh no, you covered me with Danvers. You said I was boring or notice for you, so it'll
I never said that.
it'll just be money that will change hands, and that's it.
Easy
What is
enough.
it? What was it? You said 220?
220 per day of travel. 200
Ah.
for the training, 20 per day of travel.
All right. 220 gone.
Well, you don't have to pay the 20 till we start traveling.
Look, I counted once, and I think I have it right. That don't make me have to do another counting.
All right, your first day is covered.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hand over 200 gold as well.
Oh, you are gonna cost extra.
What?
Remember, I said the other 3 was gonna be the special rate. You decided to try and swindle me.
There's no swindling.
Wizards with this town a very loose interpretation of swindling.
She looks at Danvers and goes, "Dearie, would you care to explain it to him?"
I mean,
It was property that was lost to you that we went out of our way to return.
Legally, you cannot prove that swindling happened.
Well, other than these eggs are already signed for, I can always take it to the Triumvirate.
Yeah, it never left your possession.
I'm not a trade lawyer.
I don't know if it was swindling, but I mean, it definitely wasn't a cool move, Cass.
You have property
Yeah.
that is rightfully mine and were refusing to hand it over and tried to leave with it.
It's never left your possession. You can't prove that. Kaz was being a bit of a dick, yes, but being a dick ain't a crime.
And I'm trying to find a use for that dick.
Oh, I see what you did there. Kaz, I think you kind of had to pony up.
But like the genuine pony.
I pull out the bag of holding and stare into the abyss for a minute.
He'll pass out eventually, and then we'll make our deal. What about you, my, dwarven friend?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, there's gold as services that, we can agree upon.
No, I don't have enough gold.
Did you add the 250 from last week? When we got 1,000 for that job?
No.
And Kaz is holding on to the rest of the money.
And I've got a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Oh, if that's the case, I'm
So-
going to remove the 250 because I thought we split that already and I just haven't put it in.
Kaz has not stated yet that he has split anything.
This is true.
But it's available on the bank.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's doing
I've just
business
got-
with this bank
I've
right
got
now.
I've got super valuable gemstones and ivory horn and dragon scales. And
It's like, how much was it? I just looked it up.
I have
You have 1,952 gold worth of dragon stones. Or dragon scales.
Yeah. I
And
have 1,200 of gemstones, 750 in ivory horn. I think there's a couple other things in there too that I would have to look through my notes more to find.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we can afford to pay. I
Which is
just
what I'm trying to do.
Danvers is not morally opposed to trading favors for favors.
for the fluffy one, it'll be 300 gold and 30. Just consider it a asshole tax.
Sure, I'll give her 300 gold.
I mean, if he's not even batting an eye at that, I feel like you can get more. I'm kidding. I've never really said that.
Whose side are you on?
I don't know. I just having a nosebleed.
Those saucer plate eyes of oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Well, would we like to get started today then? Or would you all care to have a day to recover?
Now let's go.
I'm ready. We have done nothing today.
This is pretty much
I mean,
everything on the list.
All we've really done is temporarily piss you off.
Oh, I'm in a great mood, especially later. And alright, I am going to need a animal handling check from each of you as she takes you outside with a griffin each respectively. Kaz, yours is going to be with disadvantage.
What? I talked to him. We were cool.
That is a charisma check, not a wisdom one.
No, I know, but I'm saying like we talked to him. Why am I at disadvantage?
Because she gave you a rowdy male griffin.
Ah, great. 6.
Bearfane?
Dirty 20. I mean, a natural 20.
Okay. Ogilvy.
12.
Alright. Danvers?
13.
Alright. She gives you all instruction, respectively, about how to approach a griffin. You know, don't stare him in the eye, don't catch him off guard. If you're walking around him, try to maintain contact with him. A lot like dealing with a horse, except she says they will bite your head off. As you are walking around Kaz, you get punted in the chest by the griffin as you reach one of the hindquarters. You're only going to take 2 damage from it because he didn't kick you hard. But Bearfane, this griffin is taking a liking to you really, really fast. It's almost like you have a natural repertoire with this bird. You know, lion, eagle thing already. It's being very affectionate. It's being very accommodating. Ogilvy and Danvers, you both get nipped at. You don't take any damage from it, but you can tell that these birds aren't very happy with you. But they're not overly hostile to you.
I grab some jerky out of the rations. I go, don't worry, this is my favorite food too. We can share.
I tried bowing.
Okay. So, for this, as the day continues, A couple hours later, you continue to spend some time acclimating to the birds, getting used to them, so I need you guys to make another animal handling check for me. Kaz, you're still with disadvantage.
Man. Oh, that's painful.
All right, Kaz.
11.
All right, Bearfane.
I think this thing's going to take a shit on me. I only got a 6.
Okay. Ogilvy. Yours would be with advantage because you fed it food, by the way.
Oh, nice. That will really help because I rolled a 3 on the first one. And that moves it up to a 13 again.
Okay. Danvers.
18.
All right. So, Kaz, you don't get punted this time. It does take a nip at you. It's still hostile. It's not horrible towards you. It seems like it's starting to tolerate your presence, but it's not doing too shabby. Bearfane, you basically trip into this thing and scare the living shit out of it, and it goes hauling ass away, and you get dragged a little ways. You're going to take 4 points of damage from it. Ogilvy, again, just a little bit of nipping here and there. Nothing too bad, no damage from it. Danvers, this bird starts cuddling up to you. It starts getting real comfortable with you. It's listening to your commands a little bit better. It's still having kind of pig-headed moments, but it's not horrible. And I need one more animal handling check. Kaz, you're still with disadvantage, and Ogilvy, you'll be a straight roll unless there is anything you guys would like to do to tweak the odds.
Another 13.
All right, Kaz.
What else could I do? I can't think of anything, so I got a 6 again.
Okay. Bearfane.
Same 6.
Okay. Ogilvy.
13 again.
All right, Danvers.
I got a 14.
All right. Kaz, he takes a good chomp at you this time instead of being more comfortable with you. Draws a little bit of blood, not enough to cause any damage, but it's more of a kind of shock of leave me the fuck alone. I'm a pissed off cat thing right now. Bearfane, this time you do get punted in the chest, and you take 4 more points of damage and get knocked on your ass. The bird was not very happy with you today. Ogilvy, again, it's a not great couple nips here and there. Starting to really follow your instructions. It's not giving you too much pushback anymore. It's getting better. Danvers, on the other hand, this bird is really taking a liking to you. It's, starting to almost follow you around. It's really getting a good bond with you. So you would be having the best day out of everybody with these birds.
Woohoo!
All right. It takes all day to go through this, and you guys are sore, bruised, bludgeoned. It's rough. It's not fun. These things are definitely a little hostile at times, a little more friendly at times. You're starting to get a feel for their personalities. Kaz, you're getting the impression that if this one isn't the alpha, it's definitely in line to be the next alpha. Bearfane, you're getting the feeling that yours can be easily spooked. Ogilvy, yours is just kind of nonchalant about everything for this first day. And Danvers, you're finding that yours is rather affectionate. It's taken a real liking to you. It seems the most even-tempered so far out of all of them.
All right.
But that would conclude your training for the day. Danvers, I'm going to need you to make a performance check for me, since you are spending the time up here with her.
That's cocked. Ooh, shit. A 7?
You are wined and dined, and she comes out disappointed.
Whoops.
But you're put up for the evening in modest accommodations. You're fed. You're liquored up. You get a little bit of whiskey dick is essentially the best way to put it. She says, "Don't worry, it happens to the best of us, and we can always try again later." And well, that is essentially how your night goes, where you are used and abused, and you wake up more sore in the morning than everybody else. The rest of you, is there anything you would like to do in town while Danvers pays his dues?
I got nothing.
No.
All right. The next day rolls around, and you guys all reconvene out here with your respective birds early in the morning. Fog is getting burned off as your day starts. So can I get, and Danvers, you will have advantage for the day because of how well you did the day before.
Okay.
Kaz, you won't be having a penalty anymore.
Hooray.
All right. So this day, she's going to teach you how to mount the birds, how to set up their harnesses, saddles, saddlebags, things like that. Essentially get the bird ready for riding, getting on and off the bird, walking you through all the steps. So if I can get all of you to roll your animal handling checks for me.
Hey-o.
All
Finally,
right,
something better than 13.
Kaz.
That is a 22.
Nice.
All right. Bearfane.
18.
Nice.
All right. Ogilvy.
15.
Nice.
All right. Danvers.
19.
All right. Kaz, this bird and you seem to have developed a repertoire today. And the first time you go to get on him, you saddle right up to him. He's standing there pretty decently. He's not moving around too much. He seems all right, comfortable with you. He's not fighting you too much on this. Bearfane, you get up there. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It's not the hardest thing in the world. But you don't have any issues on this first attempt getting on this griffin. He tolerates it. He's not fighting back too much. There's a little bit of a jostle when you first get on, but it's not horrible. Ogilvy, you get bucked off as soon as you try to get on. No damage is dealt. He runs away. It just, something about him caught him off guard, and he didn't like it. Danvers, you get up there just fine. You can sense the nervousness in the bird. Calm him down. Hop right up. He trots off a couple steps, but does all right. He's not too bad. All right. Now, can I get a second check from all of you? Kaz.
13.
All right. Bearfane.
8.
All right. Ogilvy.
5.
All right. Danvers.
11.
All right. Just for the sake of brevity here, all of you get bucked off of your griffins this time. Every single one of you. And let's see here. Only Bearfane and Ogilvy take any damage from this. And Bearfane, you're going to take 3. Ogilvy, you're going to take 4 as these griffins come traipsing over you as you fall off of them while trying to get on them. You all did something that they didn't like, whether it was grabbing a feather, kicking them in the side, twisting the saddle. Something just wasn't right when you guys tried to get on this time. And I mean, this whole time, she's laughing at you. She's finding this hilarious. It's, it could be worse. All right, your third checks for the day.
Uh-oh.
Kaz,
7.
Bearfane.
Another nat 20 for 23.
All right. Ogilvy.
Adjusted 20.
All right. Danvers.
18.
All right. The only one who has a hard time this time is Cat. He gets bucked off once more. This time, it's into something unpleasant. You're going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground. And as you're tumbling, your face slides into a pile of griffin shit. This guy is being a little prissy again, like he was the day before.
You
He's
pooped that on purpose.
he's being hostile. He's being snippety. It seems like he's not enjoying your company anymore as much as he was, earlier. It could be worse. He could be trying to kill you right now, but it also could be a lot better. Bearfane, Ogilvy, and Danvers, you hop up onto them. They hold still. They, adjust themselves to your weight. They don't fight you. They don't go moving at all. They're comfortable with all of you. Bearfane and Danvers are both going to have advantage for the next day because they did so well with their birds. Ogilvy, you won't be helped or hindered. But another eventful day goes by. As Bearfane and Danvers both go walking away, Danvers specifically, your bird comes chasing after you. He's following you around. He's wanting to spend time with you. So when you step out of the training house, you can almost hear sadness as he whines at you as you're walking away.
I tell it that I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. Bearfane, yours just kind of looks at you, sees you walk out the door, and as you're leaving the door, he walks off and does his own thing. So another day by of your wonderful training. It's not horrible. You're starting to get a feel for it. Those muscles that you aren't used to using, they're a little sore, but not as bad as the first day. Cuts, bruises, nothing major really happened. All right. And the next day you all return. I'm going to need a performance
I'm gonna portent before we go.
There you go.
It's not really going to help. 2 and 11 for the record.
All right. Give me one moment. So today she's teaching you how to fly. So she's teaching you, you're getting off the ground today. They finally processed enough that you were going to be the riders for them. You know enough now that you can get the saddle onto them. You can get them comfortable enough. You can hop on them. But today she's telling you you're going up in the air. So she hooks a safety lanyard to all of you and to the saddle. So if you do get punted off by the horse, you're not going to fall to your death, but it's not going to be comfortable. So as we start this off, Kaz, can I get you to roll for me?
13.
All right. Bearfane.
14.
All right, and that was with advantage, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ogilvy.
And what's the modifier for this? Animal handling or performance?
Animal handling. Speaking of which, I have to get Danvers' performance check.
Natural 20 for 21.
All right, Danvers.
So it was a 16 for the animal handling check,
Okay.
and the performance check is a 18.
All right. She definitely plies you with a little less booze, a little less food from the night before. Make sure everything's working well. And, well, you guys have a raucous, loud, but very eventful and very enjoyable night for the two of you.
Okay.
She seems very pleased with your activities for the evening.
All right.
For the training, Kaz, Bearfane, and Danvers, all of you get a little ways off the ground, and the griffin takes a sharp turn, and you all get dumped out of your saddles. The safety lanyard catches you, but God, if that didn't hurt where the sun don't shine. Ogilvy, on the other hand, basically takes off, and it almost seems like he's a natural at this. The bird's doing sharp turns, ups and downs and swoops and all kinds of things, and he's just going with it. Yep. Arms out, toddler style, just having a blast with this bird.
Higher, higher.
Eagle!
All right. Can I get a second round of animal handling checks for you all?
Nope, because I got it. Got it in one.
Oh, you're
Kaz?
There it is. 20 total.
All right. Fairfane.
12.
Ogilvy.
Damn it. 10.
Danvers.
I rolled a pair of natural ones, so that's a 2.
All right. Kaz, you are the Ogilvy of this round. Your aggressive, punchy bird just falls into line perfectly. He lets you get on. He lets you, get him up in the air. He's making his turns. He's going up, down, doing all kinds of aggressive aerial maneuvers. But everything's fine. You're sitting on him properly. Your center of gravity's right. And you guys are just in tune with each other.
Just vibing.
It's
I
Yep.
just give him an attaboy and speech.
And now he bucks you off because it surprised him.
Oh shit, you're still here.
Fuck, I thought you were the oak.
Bearfane, you and Ogilvy do about the same. You get up off the ground. Ogilvy is a little overconfident this time. You guys get in the air, start making a couple turns, and both of your birds almost cut each other off. And, Ogilvy, yours gets spooked by this, and you get dumped off. And Bearfane, you essentially have to duck to avoid Ogilvy's bird and dump yourself off. And both of you are hanging by the lanyard, and as soon as your birds notice this, they begin to descend and, as slowly as possible approach the ground, and you guys make a landing, albeit uncomfortable, chafed, and bruised, without incident. Danvers, on the other hand, you essentially get dumped off of this bird and go between its legs as it's flying, and it starts kicking the living shit out of you. It is not happy about you falling off. It's not happy about the way the lanyard tugged, and you are just getting fucked up by its legs. You're taking 3 points of slashing damage from it, and you just playing beat to shit. All right. There's nothing you all would like to do. One last round. Kaz.
Take my chance.
Oh. What did you get?
Natural 1 for a 4.
All right. Bearfane.
18 again.
Right. Ogilvy.
15.
All right. Danvers.
I also got a 15.
All right. So, Bearfane, you get in tune with your bird this time. You are able to get him to do all of the maneuvers you want. He's listening to you. He's going through the steps. He's everything you're trying to get him to do. He's following through with it. You're in tune with him. You're sitting on him comfortably. He's got your weight held comfortably. You're balanced perfectly, and there are no issues with this. Ogilvy and Danvers, you both have a little bit of trouble getting into a groove with them, but after a little while, you find the sweet spot, start going through the paces, going through the motions, and you guys are on par with each other. It's not as smooth as it was for some of the events at the beginning of the day, but it's also a lot better than what some of the events were for others of you.
Damn it, how did I do it on day 1?
Kaz, on the other hand, this bird ain't having none of your shit. That attaboy seems to have pissed him off. Like, you don't get to tell him what he is good at. He knows what he's good at, and he is going to show you what he is good at.
Said, bitch, I don't need your kudos.
You get up there, you feel like you got this. He's going through the paces, and then all of a sudden he starts doing barrel rolls, and he's trying to kick you off midair. He's going up and down, and like he's going back and forth. And finally he gets you kicked off, and you end up between his legs. But instead of clawing at you, he punts you up to the beak so he can take a bite out of you. You take 3 points of piercing damage. He bites you and shakes you a minute and then drops you and lets you hang there, and he spends a little bit of extra time flying around before he lands.
Good lord.
Now you
He
fucked
was-
up.
He was not happy.
That's a vindictive bird.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Bird's a dick.
Well, he did piss off the owner of the bird, and he got the worst one of the bunch. But by the end of the day, you guys do a few more of your passes, go up in the air a few more times. At this point, all of the birds are acclimated enough to you that they're listening to you, some of them begrudgingly, some of them, happily, but they're all doing what they're supposed to be doing at this point by day's end. They're doing their paces, they're doing their laps, the ups and downs, the turns. You can even do a few of the, tricks with them and maintain control of them. So the day ends, bruised, bloodied, beaten, all for better or worse. But you can all ride these griffins now, and she explains to you that they will all follow her alpha, to and from as you guys are traveling. She pulls out hers. You've seen him around. She explains that his name is Screecher. She's the alpha of the group. Worst case scenario, you lose control of your bird in the air. They will all follow and listen to Screecher, and she's got a great hold on him. So you don't have to worry. We'll keep safety lanyards on. We can begin our travel tomorrow, assuming nothing untoward happens. And everything should be all right. So you are all welcome to your rest for the evening, and she looks forward to traveling with all of you tomorrow. Danvers, I will need a performance check from you.
Okay. Nat 20 for a 24.
Very nice. You have a wonderful evening. Wine, dine, it's, the stuff of fantasies, essentially. It's that night you will never forget, and you will always remember when you're senile and look back on in your old age of that one time you had a raucous evening with a dwarf, the finest dwarven maiden in the land, and etc., etc., etc.
Did this really happen, or did I get kicked in the head by that griffin too hard?
Exactly. But that would end the griffin training and your evening for you, so that is where we shall call it for the evening and the session, since that seems like a good place.
Okay.
Alrighty.
6 Semper Lincoln logs, everybody.
Yeah.